I was shocked by the accusation.
No, I get what you mean. I get why they would think that. Right, lads.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a real fun one, this.
Here we go.
Do you want to do the intro in Scouse? Go on.
Yeah. Welcome to the capsule.
That's it. That's the intro. Welcome to the capsule, guys. I really thought you were going to do more than that.
He said do the intro in Scouse. I did it.
How do you feel about what was just said?
Fuck you, Abe.
You're a
That's
weapon.
a fair comeback.
You're a fucking weapon, lad. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Just chilling here with the lads in
It's
the
such
capsule.
a stereotypical thing, that.
To do that.
And don't you reckon every time someone does a Scouse accent, they always use an F word as well?
Of course they fucking do, because you guys fucking fly off the handle all the time. Do you know what I mean? I don't think anyone comes into fucking Liverpool and doesn't hear the F word. In fact, the last time I went to Liverpool, I was on the train, and as it pulled up, it didn't go ding dong, welcome to Liverpool. It went fuck, welcome to fucking Liverpool.
To be fair, my mum actually told me to watch me swearing tonight.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because I say the F word too many times. Yeah.
But is it because they're going to listen?
Yeah, no, of course.
Aw.
Shout out to and
Hey,
Dave.
Sally's mum.
Shout out to the Barnes family.
Yeah.
What's going on, Barnes?
I think I've actually met them all now, haven't I? Who is there left to meet?
You were at Groovonometry,
Yeah,
weren't
they
you?
were
So
all
you
there.
met our Jack as well.
Yeah.
And you met Amy. Yeah, you've met everyone, lad. Yeah.
I'm part of the Barnes family now. Let's go. Luke Barnes. The Duke
Luke
Barnes.
Barnes.
The Duke.
The Duke Barnes, London.
The Duke
fans,
Barnes
I'd
Liverpool. LPL.
say. LPL. Yeah.
No, you're not from Liverpool. You're from, wait, don't tell me, the Wirral.
Yes, lad.
I've been corrected a few times.
That's not in Liverpool.
It's just over the
It's,
water.
it's
Yeah,
under
you're
a
not
bridge. I had to go under a
I don't
bridge.
know if it was or not, but
No, that's what they do say, lad. Yeah.
Does your postcode begin with L?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Is it?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No,
You're
no,
not in
no.
Liverpool, mate.
CH.
Yeah, no,
Cheshire.
Liverpool just have. If your postcode begins with L, then you're from Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's like London, innit? It's like,
No.
yeah, but if you're like, depending on, like, oh, are you from South or are you from, it depends what your postcode.
No, but in London they have S, SW,
Yeah.
SE. They have all of that. Liverpool just have L, and that's it.
Ah, that makes things easier.
Yeah.
Less postcode
They
wars.
have purple wheelie bins.
You have purple wheelie bins.
That's like their thing. They're proud of that as well.
For what?
If you haven't got a purple wheelie bin, you're not
from
Scouts.
Liverpool. What's the purple wheelie bins for? Recycling.
Or just normal rubbish?
I think it's just normal rubbish. Yeah, instead of like a green bin, they have purple.
Yeah, that's recycling. Yeah. So they
No,
got black
green,
and purple.
green for us. Green for me is just normal
It's just normal.
waste.
Isn't
And
that
then,
what-
and
for us
then
is
grey is
recycling.
eco.
No, what?
Recycling, yeah.
That's mad. Green for us is recycling.
I mean, it makes sense to be green, doesn't it?
So you guys don't
Eco
put,
is all, it's Greenpeace. And
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
you
It
don't,
does make
you don't
sense.
just put
Range
everything all in
makes
the same bin and hope for the best.
You're gonna get fined one of these days.
We're talking about fucking wheelie bins, by the way, guys.
That's what you come here for. That's what you tune into the capsule. If you're a subscriber, this is what you came for. Don't like it, do you?
It tastes scouse. It's purple at the top.
So does that mean it tastes good? Cool. Well, welcome to the capsule, guys. I know this is what you tune in for. So we're planning plenty more Wheelie Bin content for you over the coming weeks. We've got two special guests in the house.
Am I a special guest?
Yeah, you're a special guest. You're a
Sick.
special guest every time you're here.
No.
Two of my good friends. Do you guys want to introduce yourself,
Nah, fuck.
or am I doing it?
Yeah, no. Whatever Harry wants to do, that's what I do. Fuck it.
We see who's in control in this pod.
Too cool for that, bruv. You introduce us both.
Okay, on my left we have the actor extraordinaire, the Antigone master of all masters, the policeman guy on Sneakerhead. This is your bio. This is now your official acting
I
bio.
don't like it. Yo, what's going on? It's Abe.
Yeah. And on my right, it's Harry. I was gonna do the bio, but I couldn't think of anything.
No stress.
What's your biggest achievement as a dancer? What would you put at the top of your bio? Just a
Good
boo?
question, that, you know.
No, or what about I was gonna say the fuck is that place? Baku. That one was
Baku,
quite
yeah,
a
the
big
Baku
job.
job
Bruv,
was
the-
nuts. That was,
The Baku stories I hear from Lee, it sounds like that was the sickest trip.
yeah, that was,
True.
and that's where I kind of met everyone.
Really?
Well, met a lot of people, yeah. Who then I met more people through them sort
Sure,
of thing. So it was a
actually,
big.
yeah.
Like I was only 18. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like 2 weeks 18. But when
Are
I
you
auditioned
serious?
for that,
Because I remember you not
yeah.
really being like super tight with everyone, like in general. I
yeah,
think.
no, I didn't know anyone at first.
And then after that, yeah, it was like Lee and you came back like super tight and
yeah,
like,
exactly, yeah.
How old are you?
Fucking beat his ass at table tennis.
them's fighting words.
That's a lie. That's Lee. Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lie. No, it's fucking not. Fucking spanked him round the table.
Really?
How
you good at
much?
table tennis?
I'm alright, and Lee's just not that good. Do you know what I mean? So he's gonna fucking burn off
That's
this. We used to have like a really competitive thing, me and Lee, when we went when we did all like the promotion jobs and we'd travel around.
Yeah.
We'd find a game everywhere. It didn't matter what the game was. We'd find the game, and whoever won the game of the trip
Was the champion?
was like, yeah,
the
bragging
score?
rights. I think I
What
was
did-
definitely up. Like,
What did you lose at?
yeah. What did he proper did beat me at something.
Lee's
I
like,
can't
oh,
lie.
there's a painting competition around the corner. Oh, look at that, coincidentally.
Let's play Who Has a Son.
Oh, I can't remember what he beat me in. Oh, it wasn't very memorable.
Oh, jeez. We need to do like we need to get like a table tennis net and some bats and
Oh,
things
I
and do a
suck at
capsule-
table tennis.
Do a capsule
I
table
think
tennis
it was
tournament.
air hockey.
You beat you at air hockey?
He had a good run at air hockey, I think, if I remember.
Fair.
Yeah. Fair play.
You're only good at pool.
I've got a pool table in my
Oh, you
house.
fucking do as well, yeah.
So,
Shit,
so
No chance.
I'm all right. But I'm not like fucking mad good. Like,
But
You've got
bet-
a pool
it's-
table in your house,
if I ever play it, it's when the lads are around and we've had a drink. So
Fair.
it's not really too much thought goes into it.
What about bowling? Bowling's one I always get spanked at by these lot.
I think I'm all right, but again, I wouldn't say I'm particularly
Look at the eyebrow.
special at it. But I can bowl.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
You're better than me.
No, I swear
It's you and Lee always fucking beat me at everything, but also at bowling.
I don't think I'm good at bowling. How's your knee?
How is your knee? Which knee? Is this
Your
the old injury?
Fibula, yeah, head dislocated. Well,
Yeah.
fibula head.
Oh, we spoke about that on the first podcast.
How's
My
it now?
knee is
Touch wood.
touch wood.
touched wood.
Is good. I think at the moment. I feel like it's probably the strongest it's ever been.
Oh, let's go.
I think.
What
yeah,
did you do?
Yeah.
What have you been doing to rehabilitate?
Do you know what? I think I was just really scared for years after
Yeah,
that
yeah.
to actually try and do stuff and try and go low and be a bit more agile in that kind of level.
But
type
did
of
you
thing
did you
and
do like a
something-
rehab?
Yeah, at first I did, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm not like the most productive when it comes to like stretching and conditioning.
Right.
Yeah, so I did like a for a period of time. I was trying to like condition my knee after it popped out, but then I went to a physio down here, and it was actually in Jen's old house, in Bethnal. It was one of Yoshi's mates.
Oh, okay.
And he came in and he like took one look at my knee from like the back or something, and just sorry, mum. He just
Sorry, man.
popped it right back into into place. Didn't tell me, so I wasn't expecting it. Like, because I would have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
intense.
And it was proper relieving. And he was like, that must have been out of place the whole time. And the hospital had told me that it was healed and whatever.
Yeah, hospitals are
So yeah, it took even longer to get it good again. And but do you know what? I was really sensible when I had the injury. I've always been a dancer and I've always kept working. And I was teaching like tutting and toyman and waving upper body and whatever, just to like keep money coming in or whatever. But I did like I would not let myself rush that process.
Yeah,
at all.
That's good.
So I think because of that, that's why I've been lucky so far.
Yeah.
Double touch wood, do you know what I mean?
Sick.
But yeah, no, it's all right. Thank you, mate. Yeah. I try and just forget about it now, to be honest. Someone asked me about it the other day, one of the kids I teach, and I showed them it on YouTube.
The Just Taboo?
Yeah. And
Still
like,
works.
I don't know, it just takes me right back to that moment. It was horrible, that, you know.
There's nothing worse than dancing professionally and in your head being like competing or doing whatever in the back of your head as you're dancing, being like, is my knee going to be all right here?
100%. And I've only, I'd say since like COVID times when because I was teaching so much on Zoom and whatever, I got really like, I felt like my popping was probably one of the strongest it's ever been at when I was in lockdown, because I was training myself whilst training others, and because you're over a screen as well, you've got to like really like show them what you're doing and over exaggerate it and train it yourself. So I found that my dancing got better, and like because I was telling the kids, oh, you need more levels. If you're not showing them, you can't.
What that means,
how can you expect them to? So I started doing it, and I'm still not. It's not my biggest strength. Do you know what I mean? But I definitely am able to.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
All right.
Little fly.
Yeah, a little fly. Sorry.
It's not that hard, is it?
But yeah, no, I'm definitely a little bit more agile these days.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Take you out.
Something of a gymnast, me.
No, that's fucking sick, man.
But yeah.
Sick. We like
All
that.
good.
Lovely. Happy you're recovered.
What's been going on?
You're the knee brothers, you are.
Yeah.
Have you
Did you have an operation?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We had
Abe
the
was
same,
all
had this
fucked up.
exact same
I didn't know.
dislocation in my fibula head.
He also did it in the middle of a battle.
I was going to say, was it from dance?
Yeah.
Bloody attention seekers, these two. Fucking hell.
Oh,
Ooh, look at me.
my bones popped out.
Oh, nobody's watching me. It's somebody else's turn.
I had to have a ACL replacement, and then my meniscus tore 1 year after it recovered in my sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Wake up.
I
Like,
woke up. Yeah.
fucking hell. Ever done that with cramp?
Oh, bro.
Cramp.
Fucking hell, when you wake up with cramp in the middle of the night.
I have a hilarious story about this that I'm not sure I can tell on the pod.
Go on, you can edit it out.
Gotta
I'll
tell
clap
it
so
down.
you
No, I don't know,
I'll
because it's like...
Tell it.
I've clapped, so you know where it is.
Shall I cut it?
Yeah, if you can't do it, but yeah.
I don't think I can. It's pretty bad, but I'll tell you guys now just because I'll cut this. But he was like, I don't know what just happened.
Oh, Cash. I
You
feel
thought you
for
were-
you, lad. You must not have slept after that. You must have been lying there like, I need to fucking get out of here, don't I?
Well, he obviously liked you to be
Please
hanging
keep
around
this
with you.
in.
Yeah, but no, you know what? I think I'll just cut it out and then cut to that reaction. And only Cash will know that. But that is
hilarious.
Oh, that is
Yeah, that was a
fucking
funny. So yes, I have got crap
he is
in my
really,
sleep.
he's really friends with you, because if he weren't sticking around after that. man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't
I'm
bring it
dead.
up as well. What a gentleman.
Yeah.
So well, sometimes
Either that, or you said that story and it's like, oh, that's what happened, and then you walked off, and then you was like, nah,
you know, I still don't believe him to this
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Don't stay around Luke's.
Some Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
Oh my god. That's a really good cover story I came up with, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
What's been going on?
fucking dancing.
Yeah. What's been going on?
Fucking hell, yeah.
So Dylan's showcase was on
Yes.
Wednesday, the Metamovers thing. I feel like we've spoken about
Metamovers.
that and NFTs about 27 times at this point.
He is a superhero, isn't he?
Yeah, so the showcase was, did you hear much about this?
I saw that it was on. I saw a few clips, and I spoke to Dylan just before it, to be
Okay.
fair, because I wanted to know more about it. Because I heard about the whole, like, they were filming the performances and turning them into NFTs. And
Yeah.
like, I thought it was sick, to be honest. Sick to see someone doing something different that's
Yeah.
probably beneficial for everyone, you know.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think I was saying to Abe before, I think that's something I like about Dylan. Like, he's just so fucking enthusiastic. He just like dives headfirst into anything new. Like, all right, I'll do it.
He seems very clever,
Yeah.
very clued up.
Yeah, and I think also very
Keep headbutting that.
that's all right. That's why it's got the soft thing. It's for headbutting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just to protect you. Because I know people will headbutt it. They're it's like the boxing headgear. Yeah, very clued up and I think very like enthusiastic and stuff. So if anyone that doesn't know, the showcase was called Metamovers, and it was like Dylan Mayoral put on a bunch of showcases of like, I think like 3, 4, 5 minute showcases, loads of really good people. And then the idea was that they would film the showcases and also work with the music artists. So all of it was produced by someone who was like involved. It wasn't just like a random song from YouTube or whatever.
Oh, that's sick.
So Lotus,
For everyone.
yeah. So they all had, I think, had to get permission from the person. So Lotus did Breaks and Sean's piece and someone else's
even know they did a
UPGs.
piece.
Yeah. So I'll come on to that. And then
Nice one, Breaks, lad.
yeah. So
Didn't even get the invite to come
Yeah,
and watch
I
on
did,
nothing,
I
lad.
did, you pissed. And you got my boy Lotus as well to do the music.
So
What's going
basically
on
what
there?
happened was as far as I know, AIM was supposed to perform, couldn't perform, and then so Sean stepped in and then kind of called breaks. I think they like really pulled it together last minute, but it didn't look like it. That's just from what Sean told me. But
No, I would have really enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah,
Partnership
it's a good partnership,
as well, 'cause they really get on as well. Like,
Yeah.
kinda, that's the main thing with a duo. They got to get on it.
yeah.
Have a vibe anyway.
Yeah, and I think it was really nice to see, and it's also nice to see Sean. Like he choreographs a lot of the AIM stuff, but like to see him actually on stage doing stuff again. It's been a while since I've seen him perform. So that was a really nice duet actually. Brooke and Marvel did a showcase, which I think was an extension or like an update, or it might even be a very similar version to the one they did at Firehouse and Red Bull. BC One.
Yeah. I actually haven't seen that yet. I've not been at any of the events. It's
Fair,
happened,
yeah, I hadn't seen
I
it.
wanted to see it
Again,
again.
it was really
sick
good.
Matchup,
Yeah,
like another matchup that just makes sense. And
yeah, very good matchup. And Brooke produced all the music for it, the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah, do you know what? I learned recently that he made music. He was saying, like a month ago or whatever, and I just had no clue. But it's Brooke in it, so I know the music's gonna be.
Yeah, he was
lovely.
telling me as well. His I kind of knew bits of this, but obviously he's got a cousin that's a like well-known music producer or musician. I don't know if he's a producer or he sings or whatever, but he's also his dad and his uncle were both like musicians as well. So he's kind of got it in his family anyway.
Yeah. His cousin makes. Really,
that's what. Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Yeah. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Sorry.
Is it Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know.
think it is Jake. Yeah.
I might be wrong, yeah.
I've got him on Instagram, but he's
Yeah, he's fucking sick,
he's
right?
good, yeah.
But the showcase was really
Is
good.
it?
I really liked it. Yeah, Jake Millen. I want to say, check him out.
And when I hear people like that, it's like, why are these songs not being played in pop and battles or what? Like,
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
You know JD Reed?
like why are we? Oh, JD
Bro,
Reed.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that's
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Bangers that he's like had years and
But
years
does he have
ago
mash?
That
doesn't
reminds
release.
me, by the way, I think hot topic.
Go on.
I think hip hop
Hot take.
battle beats should be played in pop and battles instead of it always being pop and music. Have a mixture if you need, but like give us something fresh, like fresh and a new sound to dance to. Do you know what I mean?
They
There's
should
so
evolve.
much in those songs. There's so much, and they've got a battle feel to them. Whereas we get there, and I actually watched the pod the other week, and you were saying
And I was bitching about hip hop.
Yeah.
I got cussed for that.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, but you were saying about like this is the type of music I like to dance to.
Yeah.
And like I quite like that type of thing as well in the right moment.
Yeah.
But when I want to take someone's head off in a battle,
It's not the vibe.
give me like
Freak show, baby, on the dance floor. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up, dude.
fuck off,
Peace
are you
and
mad?
love.
Give me some like give me a creator beat or like give me something where
It should
it's
be
like.
drill.
Mate, me and Break say it all the time, and there was one event earlier this year.
Was it the Peckham Levels one? No.
No, it wasn't that actually. But I can't remember what event, but there was one event, and there was like a massive group of us poppers that were all like we were all agreeing to this, like, because we were all ciphering
Right.
to the hip hop music,
Right.
and then when we get to battle,
You don't like it.
that comes on, and then we all come off and we're like, what about the music from before? Because the rounds we're producing to
Better,
that type of music is.
Yeah,
And that's everyone. I'm not saying that even just from like a personal thing. I think it would make the whole thing more interesting. Like, so please, DJs, just give this a little listen.
Play more flipping drill in popping back.
I'll admit it if I'm wrong, but I bet you see better battles if that starts happening. Yeah. I bet you. 100%. I know it's slightly crossing the rules and whatever, but hip hop take all of our fucking moves anyway.
Yeah.
They take tutting, they take waving, they take
Don't
toy,
nudge me,
man.
I'm a popper. I don't know what you're talking about. I've always been a popper.
Yeah, you have. But you know what I mean? Like it's one of them things where
No, I know what you mean. It's true.
If the dance evolves,
you can have that. That's fine. But we're gonna just take some of your beats, okay?
100%, man. If the dance evolving, you shouldn't still be dancing to what was new and fresh and what the dance was created with back in the day. Like it should be like none of the kids, like no one wears flipping
Kangol hats.
Kangol hats. I mean,
Hush
people
puppies.
still wear those. People still wear hush puppies. But why
They
are we
shouldn't.
so like? I don't understand why the dance scene is so like hell bent on trying to just preserve what it was back in the 1970s.
Well, I've got an interesting
because people people are geeky with it.
That's true.
And I mean that with the most respect, but people are mad geeky with it. Like, I agree with you completely. I just think people get so like, it's almost like they want to be from that era or something, and it's like, just enjoy this era now and let's like develop it even more. Like,
it's like going in the army and being like, no, we should still fight with muskets because that's the proper way to fight. Shut
All right,
up.
so let me tell you that
that's the sickest.
because I had a point on I think last week's pod when I was bitching about hip hop, that I was saying that the style kind of lost. I think for a large part, it's like lost some of its original like feeling and foundation. Right? Do you think that, or what do you think of the idea that like if you let's say started playing drill or whatever we dance to, and I'm very much on your side that I'm like I want to dance to like music that I like to listen to. Do you think the dance will change, and is that okay? And should it be allowed to completely change? Like, what if it's like popping becomes something completely different? Is that fine? Should we name it something different if that's the case? Like, because I think that's the pushback to what you're saying. Even if I'm kind of on your side, it's like the pushback is if we don't keep this original feeling, the dancers will lose this like foundational way of moving to it, I guess.
Yeah.
So then it's like, is that part of it? Should it go on?
I don't think so. I don't also think that it should just be like you play 0 funk tracks. Like you can throw a funk track in
like more of a mix,
like just to say like, are you connected to the roots, whatever, or do you know your foundation? Okay, cool. Where can you take it? Do you know what I mean? The dance is not going to evolve if you keep on going back to square one over it. There's only so many times, and the thing is, they're not making those beats anymore. I think you were saying it with Lock-In, like when Bruno Mars and fucking Anderson .Paak made that thing, and the Lockers were like, finally, some flipping music, new music. Like, they're not doing that anymore.
There's only a select few that make good ones. There's like people that make them, but they sound like a tin can.
Yeah.
And it's just like noise.
Just like
do you know
pure,
what I mean? And it's like if I was anywhere but a popping battle,
You
I'd
wouldn't
be like,
listen to
what the fuck is this?
But
Do you know what I mean? And I understand there's layers to it as well, where there's like layers so we can move and hit musicality to whatever, but like
it's not good music.
You can do it in a much better musical way.
Yeah,
and I'm
100%.
not saying I'm an expert with music, but like you can do it much better. And things like drill, the hip hop beats that I'm talking about, it's like there's still plenty of dance in them.
Yeah.
If you know how to dance like that, do you know what I mean? And that brings it to what you're saying, which I completely get, where it's like then it changes the style. But I think I'm a believer of like you should be able to dance on any fucking track that comes on. Do you know what I mean? And yes, it might manipulate your dance, but isn't that the whole thing of like freestyle anyway?
Do you think that there's something to be said about? I spoke about this. I think either on the pod with Sunny, Karam, and Kelvin, or after. But about like having professional category versus like amateur category.
I saw that actually. Yeah.
Right, and then it's like, so say you had like a professional category with popping, and like we can decide on how you qualify for that. Whether it's like, say with the Kingdoms League is a great example. So let's say next year in the Kingdoms League they had a category that was only people that were in last year's Kingdoms League. Those are the only people that are allowed to enter. And then the people anyone who's new to it could only enter the lower bracket, right? And then eventually that like turns into professional versus amateur or whatever. In that, I feel like you could do more and take more risks and expand the style, because you don't have to worry about that shit, because you're like, right, we've established that anyone that's in this category has come up through the ranks, has proven that they can dance to the foundation, like they know all their shit.
Oh, nice one.
And I'm good, thanks. But if they're in this professional category, we can play drill, we can do whatever, because you've proven that you can do your shit. If you're in the amateur categories, like you still have to like earn your stripes in a way. You still have to dance to the original shit and show that you can do that before you're allowed your freedom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then it's like, because I get what you're saying, but I think that kind of only works on a established level. So I get the frustration when you're in a battle and it's like a bunch, like you, Breaks, Brooke, whoever. It's like, okay, we can dance to this shit, but now because you have to make sure all poppers can dance to the foundational stuff, and you've got like 9 out of the 16 who have passed through are amateurs, but we it's not our fault you're amateurs. Like we could keep our foundations and dance to the weirdest shit that you've ever heard. But you know what I mean? Like we're still paying the dues for the amateurs. I don't know if you could separate it in that way, maybe.
There's two things. Go on.
I was just gonna say that I think the pro thing and like it again, like you say, it'd be hard to figure out a way of how you
qualify people.
Yeah, like because
I think it only works
not a
in
professional
a league.
like sport or whatever you would call it. Like there's no, some people not call it a sport, so it's like.
Well, what they did in Oslo, funnily, they did a rookie battle, which is like if you've entered less than 5 or 3 battles or something like that. If you've entered less than that, you can enter this category only. I don't know how you prove that, but yeah, so it could be something like that where it's like, can you prove that you've never entered? You know, something.
I think
like
it'd be good if the professionals were actually getting some sort of like recognition for it. So like getting like sponsorship deals or like you know, like everyone gets paid, but like obviously like the best person gets paid the most, and like so there was some sort of incentive in it.
Yeah,
that's the thing that I think lacks from the whole battle scene, apart from now breaking.
Yeah,
which I'm so fucking jealous of, by the way. But
that's another topic to come on to.
Breaking. If I could come back in another life, I wouldn't even be a footy player. I wouldn't be rapper. None of that. I'd be a breaker. I love breaking.
Have you ever tried?
So sick. Mate, I trained it for years. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I just wasn't that good at it.
No, really.
Heavy hips.
There's two things. Right?
I'm gonna open the window because I'm hot.
But yeah,
the window is open. Blinds. Okay. Well, if all the moths and flies come in, do you reckon they'll come in? Yeah. Do you reckon they'll come into this house with 3 huge ass beaming lights? I think they'll get to the window. They'll be like, "Shh, lads, they're podcasting. Let's fly back out."
Yeah, not now.
Yeah.
We'll come back later. We'll try again later. We'll knock on.
Yeah, there's two things I want to say about this point, right? The first one is no one listens to music I'm sure back in the day when Zapp and Roger and Daz and all the fucking and Chris and all of them lot were making beats, because that was new, the people that would hear that in the clubs would be like, "Oh, this is sick, this is new, I want to dance to this." No one does that to that music anymore. Like if you put on one of those beats, you're not like, "Whoa, let me dance to this." When you play like some new flipping drill music or whatever it might be, it's new music, you physically want to dance, you physically want to move, you do stank face and all that stuff because that's what, it's new. Do you know what I mean? If I played you a new, as soon as I heard Lotus, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" You know what I mean? I want to get up and dance. You don't do that with the old school beats.
Shout out to fucking Lotus.
Please
by the way.
send me music, please. Please send me his
Lotus.
music, bro.
Lotus.
His beats are
He sorts
the
me out
creme
with
de la
music.
creme.
I can't lie.
They're the creme de la
But
creme.
Lotus, oh my god.
Also, the
My
second
dream
thing
team is Luke on the camera and Lotus on the fucking beats.
We can make that happen
Time.
very easily.
The second thing
Every
is
time.
you're limiting and capping the amount of people that would want to do this dance and compete and drive up numbers, which drives up revenue, and B, the visibility that you'll get. Like when, I don't know, the twins danced to Stormzy and Stormzy posted it and it got all of those views. The dance scene is, and what we do as dancers is something that's so highly valued at the moment in mainstream, and yet the underground isn't heard of because all people want to do is lock off the viewership to the outside world by saying no, we have to keep
Well,
it
that's
original
what
to
makes
its
it
roots.
underground, isn't it?
And I think
The people that aren't doing that aren't.
There's now this French, from what I've heard, there's like this French style hip hop beat
Okay.
that people are doing, that French kind of bounce thing, which is a bit like what Creator does. I think
Okay.
that's why they love him there. And I feel like at French events, and I might be wrong, but from what I can see, oh excuse me,
Burp.
terrible that innit?
It's all right, you're drinking
Camera
fizzy.
Your mum's watching.
Sorry, mum.
No manners.
Um,
I'm trying. I'm trying my best with him.
I covered my mouth and everything.
No, you've done great. I'm just joking.
Yeah, yeah. At French
Yeah.
events, I feel like maybe not everywhere in the world, because I feel like it's a bit like this in Asia as well for maybe different reasons. But I feel like you've got people at those events which is just like nothing to do with dancing. Like they're just there
Right.
because
Music's
the
it. Yeah, no,
music is
100%.
what is like current in France.
100%.
So the French have like made their own type of hip hop beat,
Yeah.
Right.
but it appeals to all the French. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you'll get guys, girls, or you know, you get this whole full crowd
That just wanna
who
come and
are
watch.
giving energy to
Yeah.
the dancers. From what I've seen, I'm not saying this is facts. I'm just saying, like, you know,
feelings
like
and
because a big example of it is Fusion Concept. Now you've got amazing dancers that are obviously making people go nuts as well. I get that, but the vibe in there looks mad, and they pretty much only played that
Yeah.
French hip hop bounce type of thing, and like it goes off.
Yeah, yeah.
Lad,
it's
I
mad,
would battle to that
100%.
all day because there's such a vibe to it. Like, and it's got a raw energy to it. It's like it's something a little bit fresh and new. Like
Yeah.
you can dance to it, but hit musicality and attack the beat. Like I don't know. Like I just wish everyone would broaden
It's weird.
their minds with it a little bit. Do you
This
know
whole
what I mean?
purist thing is very weird. The only thing that I could like basketball, football, all of these sports, they're not staying to the same as when the sport was first created. They're all evolving. It'd be the same as like, I don't know, in the gaming world, like whatever game, doesn't even have to be Street Fighter, Call of Duty, whatever. If everyone was like, no, we have to play Call of Duty 1988. That's the game that we do all of our tournaments on. Do you know what I mean? It's stupid.
But
They
is there
all
anything
bring
like
up-
that?
No, there's not. They
No,
all bring
there
up
isn't.
new
Everything
versions of the
evolves,
game.
like-
Exactly.
They even have a new FIFA every fucking year. It's like, I know teams change, but like
It's the same thing.
the
bro.
graphics don't
No.
need to really, or
Like
you know.
every time they make a new game, their sole purpose is how can we make this? How can we get a more player base? How can we get more people purchasing our game?
How can we
involved
keep
in
it
our stuff?
growing?
How can we keep it growing? Dance
100%.
scene seems like the only thing that's like, how can we limit?
How can we keep it exactly the same as it was originally done
It's so
and
weird.
make sure everyone is broke?
It's so weird.
So I think like if we could sum it up this way, right? Is like is the purist nature of like some sections of the hip hop scene limiting its progress?
Yes, I would say
Yes,
Interesting.
in my opinion.
it
Sorry.
doesn't make
I'll
sense.
always- it's always my
Nah,
opinion.
bro, it doesn't make sense. If objectively, if you want to look at numbers on YouTube, the numbers it gets, like viral dance videos, big dance videos, even
Goes mad.
music videos with dancers in it, the numbers don't correlate to the amount that are entering these tournaments.
And again, I think like even like I'll bring up the whole TikTok thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a massive fan of TikTok at all. I've never done one of these trend things or anything in my life. I haven't got
You didn't
Change
do-
once you see the peas, blood.
Call it.
Yeah, yeah.
She's been with a baddie. Fucking
I didn't do it.
No, I think you'd look sick doing it.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. But
You'd be like, Paddy.
might do that.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning.
Go viral. Cut that bit.
20% to you, mate. But yeah, no, like you can make. I was speaking to a few people about it. Karam being one.
Yeah.
You can make. Like Kieran Lay as well, make serious money from TikTok and obviously I'm not like in support of all these trend dances and this like all the shit that we see on TikTok. Like there is some shit.
Yeah.
However, if there's a way to like mash the two together, I feel like it's so close-minded of like that's TikTok dancing, and this is popping or this is hip hop and da 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 da. Just like maybe like if people could, and I'm speaking like I'm just chatting my opinion.
Yeah.
But like if you can find some sort of like balance in between, it'll broaden the whole.
This is what I was going to ask.
Because if you're think of variations, what do? We all take a foundation and make a variation of it. Okay, so if you don't like the TikTok version of something, take it because it's popping. It's like everyone loves it. It's going off at the moment, so take it and then make your.
There was
own
a point when
version
everyone
of
was
it
doing the
then,
fucking nay in battles.
but like, and I'm not saying like everyone needs to start like fucking doing TikTok dances or whatever. But I'm just saying be open minded to allowing that in, and if you see that, don't go. Huh. But like, look at the like, are they make it? Is it technical still? Is have they played with it nice? Like,
I think there's the only reason why I can see it is the way it is. One, the people that are still in the game that still like are seen as like the leaders, like your Buddha stretchers, your popping Pete's and all that. Their mindset is from that era, so they're not they're not going to be the ones to be like, yo, let's incorporate it, blah blah blah. The second thing is maybe they're doing that because they feel like, oh, you're going to ruin the essence if you bring in all these big companies and all these people in that don't know where we've come from and the history of it all.
Although Red Bull has been fairly well accepted,
yeah,
which is 100%. I think is a great example of what you guys are talking about. Like Red Bull in breaking is that mix.
Yeah.
Well, do you know that Dance Your Style is actually, I think that is like
sorry.
What is happening with you guys?
What did you say? Dance Your Style.
Dance Your Style is gone bigger than BC1.
Really?
Sonny was telling me.
Is it?
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me, bro. They're gonna have more
like,
people.
I think Red Bull put more money into it.
Into Dance Your Style. It makes sense. It's the
But
audience
it's for public.
participation.
It's audience. Yeah.
It makes
I
more
didn't
sense. But also, of course, he did, bro. You left.
By the way, Red Bull. Shout out to Red Bull. By the way, for the.
He was right, guys.
You did say that, yeah.
He did warn me.
Shout out to Red Bull for the free drinks at the events.
Yeah.
I mean, not shout out to them that much. They are, they are a huge ass company. They've got the keys,
lad, you can get 20 double vodka Red Bull.
Yeah, but that's
like you can go fucking ham at them events.
You're mixing all of them with.
Yeah. I was fuming last time I went because someone told me when it was finals that the bar was free. And like, I'm not like a stingy bastard or whatever, but usually when you go to these things and it's they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, London prices and that. And I was like, obviously I was competing as well. That probably has something to do with it. But as
we don't on this podcast, we don't condone drinking and battling.
Yeah. But you,
unless you're very good at it, unless you're very experienced.
No, but someone let me know by finals. I was like, it's a free bar,
mate.
Hey, mate,
how long have I got left?
10 vodka Red Bulls, please.
Fucking hell.
But carrying around the tray. No, these aren't to pass out. These are on.
I don't work here.
Yeah.
These are for me.
I don't work here.
They're like, oh, you're here for the delivery.
I think the thing that they're missing is if that is the case, even if you get a bunch of corporations and people coming in wanting to invest money into the scene, you are the heads of it. I'm talking to the heads of the scene right now. You have they're going to come to you. They're not going to come to Greg at the side of the road. You already have the scene already lauds you as someone respectable. So if they're coming into a scene being like, we got to invest money into this scene, we want to make it grow, they've already got the dancers and stuff like that. Who do all these dancers look up to? These guys, right? Let's approach these guys and tell them, pitch them an idea and see if they want to do it. They're not going to do it if you keep on fucking playing Zapp and Roger, bruv. Are they even alive? Are Zapp and Roger alive?
Should I Google it?
Yeah.
Shout out to Zapp and Roger, by the way. With respect, obviously.
lift this up?
Like, it's all respect. However,
Oh, is it not? It's so...
It's just better like that.
Okay.
There you go. Zapp and Roger. I want to pull you closer to me.
That's better.
Zapp.
How can I be homophobic? I'm gay.
What happened between Zapp and Roger? Well, this is more interesting than whether they're alive. Brothers Roger and Larry Troutman, two of the founding members of the early 80s funk outfit Zapp, were shot dead Sunday morning outside a studio in Dayton, Ohio, in what local authorities are investigating as a possible murder-suicide. Jesus Christ.
Very much.
like
When
I
I
was
said-
saying,
when I
shout
started-
out and respect.
When
to
I started that
Zapp and
sentence, I
Roger.
did not know that that's how that was going to end. Woo!
Jesus Christ.
Well, that's a heavy ending.
Flipping hell.
So, so you're saying don't play their music. Okay.
I'm
No, but
saying...
yeah, I'm with you. Listen,
Play their music, it's great.
I think
I want it every round. Please.
So I think this is the thing. It's the
Is that new?
yeah. You haven't seen it?
Nah, sick that, mate.
Oh, thanks. It's like maybe 3-4 weeks, something like that.
That is sick.
You like
yeah,
it?
Yeah, elephant.
Sick.
It's a sick elephant.
That's gassed him up proper.
Tell all your lady friends. What was I going to say? So I think the balance is, but no, I mean it though. Do the balance is between keeping the because the thing is, it's like I guess we establish some level of foundations for a reason. Like if they just go out the window, and this is kind of onto what I was bitching about last week about hip hop, where it's like I feel like a lot of the things that I grew up being told were the foundations are not being seen as the foundations now, or they're not being recognized as heavily as I was told they should be. So then if the style starts to change, then it's like, okay, we're losing these foundations, which like maybe it's fine, maybe it's not fine. I don't know. It's like there's a lot of cutting that part. So there's a lot of emphasis on
Tell your lady friends.
you know, whenever we drink on a pod, it's like so many edits. I never just get a peaceful edit when we drink. Anyway,
Sorry.
cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Yeah, I think there's a difference between, well, half of the people is like, all right, we need to preserve some level of like foundation, and there's a lot of emphasis on preservation. And then the other side is kind of like, well, we want to like elevate the style and push it and evolve it and change it. And I think also what fits into that is like, I think it's an interesting topic because, which I don't know that many of us really could speak on too heavy, but there's a lot of emphasis on the American way of doing the dance. And it's like, it doesn't really leave any room for us to have our own thing. Like, for example, with grime, if there was as much of an emphasis on rap being kept in the American original way of like, this is how we did it in the Bronx and it has to be done like this, blah, 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 grime wouldn't have evolved. Grime like took like garage and dancehall and stuff, but also took rap from America and like combined it to make what we see as grime, right? And it's like, that's a uniquely UK thing, which I think a lot of UK people have pride in being our thing. And like other countries are being influenced by what we're doing here musically now. But it's like, that was
That's what I mean though, but like I'm sorry, but I'd say that UK poppers are better than American poppers these days.
There's not that many American poppers
Thank you.
that I know of that like are
That's my- thank you for coming to my
like,
TED Talk.
obviously you've got Slim and you've got Kid Boogie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
who
they've been
are
around
both
for
fucking
time.
sick, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you've got
But it's also the way you're,
Angel.
yeah. But it's the way, like, because there's Americans that would not like the way we dance.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Get it. But
It's the same
But
thing.
I get what you're saying as well.
But we dance better than
It's the same. It's the same exact same thing happened with Crump. The exact same thing happened with Crump. Crump was very big in America, and then it started reaching like France and all that, and then it got into a level. It got to a stage where like all the American crumpers started coming out to all the European events because that's where the community was thriving.
Which I would assume would be a good thing. You'd want to see
It grow and
something
reach
grow
other
and
regions.
evolve.
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
them.
Huh?
All of them.
All of them what?
Came out.
All of the Americans.
All the noteworthy ones. Yeah, they started coming to all the
three of
events.
them.
Oh, he said
Yeah, all
crumpers.
3 of them.
Oh, crumpers.
What did you think I said?
Poppers.
All 3 of them. Yeah, no, yeah, all 3 of them. Who are the other American?
A triplet trip. Deal.
You got Boogie Frantic as well.
Harry came to pod today.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Boogie Frantic's fucking heavy, mate. Rashad.
Rashad,
yeah,
No,
Rashad's
well, I'm
heavy,
sorry. All right, let me rephrase what I've said. From like from this generation now, I haven't, and there might be, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
that's an
haven't
interesting
heard
point. Who's
about
the new
any
gen?
American popper from this generation. Like my generation
Yeah,
as well,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
class me as this generation.
They're probably just not traveling. I don't know why.
No, and I hear that, and I haven't travelled, so I'll just shut up. Do you know what I mean?
But there's not that.
It's
The
coming
events,
now, coming soon.
the events in America aren't really. What dance events do they have in America that?
I mean, they have their own. They have their own shit. But I think the thing is
There must
with
be something going on.
with the States scene, I think is because the States is so big, they have their own internal scene. So they will travel to different states and do stuff
I hear
where
that.
we wouldn't have even heard of the thing, because in Europe we're used to interacting with loads of different countries, and we only get the few American dancers that maybe travel outside. It's like in Asia, it's like a lot of, let's say like in fucking KOD or something, you see like 500 people enter. It's like we know the names of like 7 of them, but a lot of them are good, and it's like it's because they just have their own, their internal scene is so big that
But
they don't come out.
Everything that's not America has like big competitions that people from around the world will travel to. None of the Americans travel to any of the big
Yeah.
European
Yeah, for sure.
competitions outside of the big names that we know.
Yeah.
So, also, what's that about? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's what I was saying. Like they have their own internal.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, even if they have their own internal,
They still
there should be
travel out.
someone there in that internal circuit that is so high level and so sick that they should be traveling to European or other KOD, whatever you want to call it, like Green Tech.
Yeah, that's the Green Tech, the
That's the- yeah.
Rashad, Future, Slim, Frantic.
So there's, for how big America
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
all
I'm
I'm
with
saying
you.
is there's not enough. There's clearly not enough of them of that level.
Mm.
It's suggesting. I'm not saying that for fact, but from what we can gather with the
But-
evidence given.
Yeah, but I just not I'm necessarily against you, but I just think that when we say level, we mean something different to what they mean as level. So they're probably like, they might not travel here because they're thinking everyone in Europe is shit at popping. Do you know what I mean?
But
But
like-
do you know what it is as well, though? Don't you think they still do it in like, and this is in general, the whole like pop locking, but it's still like you'll see like Americans do it in like a kind of
pop locking.
no, I can't say cheesy, but like I mean like the technique isn't actually as good as ours in my opinion. However, when I say like I'm not talking about everyone, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying like, but that OG's popping picnic that they have.
Yeah,
If you've ever watched the footage from that,
yeah,
obviously that's a different generation because it's all the OGs. But that generation, obviously, who made it, fucking good, you know.
He's just doing that so you guys don't cuss him in the comment section. He doesn't like
All you
American
Americans
poppers.
watching.
Yeah.
all 1.5 of you.
Yeah. No, that Popper's Picnic, if you haven't watched it, you should watch some footage
Yeah.
from that because
I've seen some bits.
some
I think.
Yeah,
fresh
yeah,
fucking shit in that. That's so raw, but I don't know, they just haven't evolved from it.
Yeah, I just think like different things are different things are valued in different places. Like I'm not a massive fan of some of the let's say the like maybe the Korean or Japanese poppers that I see, the way they wave. I don't really like it. And
neither.
They've
right.
never been that good at
Yeah,
waving,
it's too quick, but they love it. It seemingly from the way it's done, and it just seems like I've seen so many people wave like that it's like okay, that's a style, that's a thing that they value. Do you know what I mean? And I think in the States they seem to have a different value than what I think we're a bit different from France, Germany, but I think because mainland Europe and us are so tight knit.
I wouldn't say we had a value here.
We had a value. What do you mean?
Like, I wouldn't say there was a certain thing about someone's popping that would.
I would
like
I would say we are pretty good at producing originality with our popping.
Oh no, sorry.
He means like a way of thinking or like a
Like,
no, but that's what I'm
like
saying.
everyone like think is like the
but
right
you
way to
you
be,
wouldn't
do
really
you know what I
notice
mean?
it from the inside because this
I
is
think
only
it's very split here. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying because I think UK is heavily based on we look at all of our top poppers, they're all very different from one another.
100%.
Whereas if you look at top French poppers or whatever,
Very similar.
there
Oh, you mean
are
UK versus the rest of Europe?
Yeah. Like every country has its own like unique flavor, and I would say UK's flavor is
like
very
10.
much like London, like very diverse. We've got very diverse.
We've got
poppers.
loads, which it's sick, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's one good thing
Shout
about
out to UK
us
poppers, mate.
now is like we
Don't get
really
yours.
we really have like a style here or like something different, which I used to love about the poppers from the north of France back when I first started. So like Jidawi and Pepito and those guys.
Jidawi's one of my favorites.
Even
of
like,
all
you know,
time.
Sasha.
And Pepito, actually.
Sasha Bandidas, she's from Lille. Like, but like the Lille poppers were.
Yeah. I went there for an event once, and it was.
Oh yeah,
it
you
was
did with
sick.
Lee, right?
Yeah.
Or the same event that Lee. Who organised it? Was it Jimmy?
Nah, well, Jimmy won the event.
Oh, I remember when you went because I remember that was the first time you did.
Yeah,
you had Dirty Harry as your.
Oh, what? Nah, that's a different conversation.
Oh, okay.
You did that.
No,
You
but
were one
in a
of the
battle.
people
In a
that did
battle.
that. UK champs. I was staying around at Jen's and all that.
Yeah, but the first time you used it in a battle, I swear it was that.
Yeah,
one.
nah, I did
Oh, it
that
was-
with all of you. You were one of the people that convinced me to do it.
No, but I'm saying the first time you used it.
As in a battle? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking UK champs.
Oh, all right, fair enough. Never mind.
That was
Different story for a different day.
Yeah, but what was my point? Yeah, so Lil, like the thing I used to love about them was like I used to watch. So when I first started popping, the big people was like,
That rain, sorry.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, no.
Was I guess like Jay Smooth, Damon Frost, Salah, fucking who else was good back then? But then the thing I used to love was like even I remember watching Jidawi and Pepito a lot, and they would never really win. Like they never won just to be in those days. I used to see them like get to the finals or whatever. But I was like, those guys are the guys I want to be, not the like.
Mike.
Yeah, not Salah, Iron Mike, those kind of people. Because I'm like, they're dope, but I just like how different and creative these guys are. And it's like their style felt differently. So I think that's like, I see a lot of that type of thing in London where it's like, we have our own thing, I think, or it feels like anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like,
I agree with that a lot. Them two were so sick.
yeah.
I think that comes from like people that judge battles over here from our lot are so different and unique that the people that end up getting through and winning stuff or going far in competitions is more varied than, let's say, in France it might have been gatekept by like in certain areas of France, if you go to a competition, it's gatekept by these three judges, or there's like five or six judges that they choose from. They all have very similar tastes, very similar styles. So the people that get through all have to look the same. So if you're a newbie looking and you want to enter popping, you know that your dance has to look like that.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a newbie looking to enter popping here, you're like, oh, I can do whatever the hell I want, or dance like whoever I feel more connected to out of these lot, because I still have a chance of going far or making it through pre-selection.
Yeah.
Because I'm not dancing like this person or that person, you know?
Fair. The main question is, how can I beat Harry next time? Because he beat me at Groovenometry and made me really sad. Oh, sorry, you're here. I didn't see.
He's very good.
No,
he is very
it
good.
didn't actually make me sad. I knew I lost that one.
Do you know what it is?
It's a bit more.
You could beat me.
Yeah.
lad.
Would you beat
Do you know
me?
what I
Here's
mean?
my
Like,
question.
obviously, like I've been beaten fucking loads of times. I need to do more battling stuff, if I'm honest. But you could obviously beat me, but you go into the battle
With a mindset.
already before the battle's even happened or been announced,
Yeah.
thinking
Sometimes.
that I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
Whereas I go into it going, I'm gonna fucking smoke you. You know.
That's how you beat him. Go into a battle and try and take his
All
head
right,
off.
I'll do that next time.
Yeah,
Deal.
I look forward to it.
It's because a big part of it, which doesn't get spoke about enough, is mental.
Yeah.
You can throw someone off who is, I've
Mate.
beaten people before who are way better than me, and it's only because I've mentally got into their head whilst we were
But you know what? Can I
It's
tell you?
happened to me vice versa.
Yeah.
I've
been
done
beaten.
it. I've been beaten, and
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
beaten people.
playing
Do
the
you know what I
mental
mean?
game,
Yeah.
But can I
100%.
tell you my the actual truth behind that is that I think especially when we battled, was like when I only started to get comfortable with actually just dancing popping as a style. And I think even now I'm still getting into it a little bit, but I'm getting more used to like feeling like I don't have to think about, do popping. Like before I used to, like say with hip hop or whatever, I used to be like, right, how do I do hip hop? And then I got to a point where I don't even think, I just dance and it just is hip hop because I'm dancing to that music. And then now I'm kind of getting to that same place with popping where I'm like, I felt it a bit in Oslo, but I'm like, I do some rounds when I'm training at home and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not really thinking about popping. I'm just thinking about creating to the music. And I think when I fully sit in that, then I can get into that mentality where I'm like, because I'm still, even when I was battling you, I was like, I want to do this cool stuff and I want to battle Harry and I want to do good, but I also need to remember to be a popper, which is like, when I get rid of that, then I can just sink into like, all right, let me just throw my best shit out.
Well, I don't know if you ever fully get rid of it. I think that is a part of a mental battle as well. Like
100%.
when you're wondering who's judging and stuff like that, there is a fine mixture of that mental space that you need to occupy. However, I will say, like, the reason why I think a lot of it's more mental is because if you look at, let's take Pressure for instance. I used to train with Pressure a lot. I still do train. I haven't been there for a while, but I used to train with Pressure a lot. And the second he went to an international event and done well, all of a sudden the vim and confidence this guy came back with was astronomical. Simply because
I'll
in
tell
his
you
head,
something, he had confidence going into that battle. In Oslo.
international. Well, this is the thing. When you're in international waters or you're battling in a place that's not where you're from, it's a fresh slate. So no one's seen you before. You might have done a cypher and a couple of people been like gassing you up, or a couple of people like, oh no, he's good or whatever. So your mind is not in the same mental state that it would be when you've entered this, I don't know, flipping a Firehouse event and it's the 6th time and you've only gotten through 3 of them.
That is the unspoken shit thing about battling at home.
Pressure.
Yeah, shout out Pressure. We've cussed him a lot, but he actually
Monsters.
did really good in Oslo.
Bruv, he came back with smoke, like before Oslo when the event, I think that Sean got to the finals with. We were all training at Kev's. Yeah, there was
in
wherever that event was.
yeah, the other international one or wherever it's T-Boys. Was that.
Anyway, we were all training ciphering, and normally like Pressure does good, but he was coming out, and we were all looking at each other and looking at Kev, being like, "What the flipping hell is this guy smoking?" Just because he felt more he didn't feel as.
That's true. It is a mental thing. Yeah, that is true. I'll give you that.
Let's have it.
It's all the mental game, man.
I'm
It's
getting
all
there. I
the
feel a
mental
bit more happy and confident now. I felt fucking
I don't
good in
know
Oslo,
how
I'll tell you that.
Bruv, I tell you what about you that used to make me, because the last couple of times you've done pods, you would sit here and you'd be like, I'm not a popper yet, or I need to do this yet. And I used to be like, bruv, do you not understand the people that you've beat or the competitions that you've gotten through? Like when I was first entering battles and stuff like that, it took me way longer than you to get to.
But can I
fully establish that now?
Thank you. First of all, that's very that makes me feel happy. But
I not that I have to give my stamp of approval, but
No, I'll take it.
I think you've fully established that, mate.
But can I tell you though, the reason why that's a hard mental battle for me is because if I was starting popping at the time that I started popping in the city, or like I've always kind of popped, but like took it seriously. It's been like 2 years that I've been like training it seriously, right? Like end of pandemic. If that was when I came into the scene, that would be a different thing, because I don't even know, like Lewis has been around. Lewis has been popping longer than I've been doing popping seriously, right? So I'm trying to think who's even younger in the scene than Lewis as a popper. I don't know. Maybe not even Slayer. Like he's been around longer than I've been trying to pop. So if you think about it, I'm coming into a new style, but I actually battled before Brooke did. So if we're talking about like generations wise, like I was in being in battles, like I'm thinking of myself as in the generation of like Brooke, Sean breaks, like a little bit above.
You're
even
that generation to me.
I'm that generation age
When I
wise.
came in, you were.
So
you
then
were in that
imagine
generation.
the mental battle of feeling like, and I think this is not me downplaying myself, but like you being a better popper than me when I'm like a generation and a half above you. And it's like, so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm already starting at a massive disadvantage, and I'm already playing catch up to the people that are the same age as me. Does that make sense? So it's like, that's a mental battle I've had to get, not that I'm right, but that's a mental battle I've had to get over, to go, all right, just because you're the same age as whoever these people are doesn't mean that's when, you know what I mean? Like, and now I've started to think of myself as like, generations wise in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm among the class of like Harry, Lucia, Camille, Silk. Like, these are the people that I really should be like trying to aim for, like, because Broken Breaks have like fucking 10 years on me.
It's the opposite. I think it's the opposite. First off,
but do you see why that's a hard mental battle?
No, because, and I'll tell you why. First off, check your phone, because I don't know why.
Food?
You've got food. You ordered food time ago.
Yeah.
You should have been here by now. Secondly,
here's why I don't agree. Check your
I
food.
was trying not to interrupt the pod to do that.
No,
fine.
you just do what you want, bruv. It's fine.
Yeah,
we're all black friends.
What's that?
But
15 missed calls, isn't it?
No, I've got one, but that's when we ordered the food.
Check the thing.
The reason why I understand I do understand what you're saying.
Sorry.
I don't think that is important, because we're not boxing, we're not playing basketball, we're not playing football. It is athletic, but it's not as athletic where what we're doing requires insane reactions. Do you know what I mean? Like, it normally is when you're in those type of sports, the older you get, the more wiser you get, the better you are, but your body can't keep up with the reaction speeds that you need, or the physicality that you need to battle or go against younger people.
No, but I'm not saying that it's making my skills worse. It's just like, imagine feeling like, oh, I should be as good as, in my head, it's not true, but I should be as good as Brooke. And then I'm like going up against Harry, thinking like, seeing how good he is. And I'm like, this guy's been battling like half the time I have, and he's way better than me. And he's got through in summer dance, and he's done all these good things. And I have to battle him. It's like, my mind's already telling me like, you're already way worse than you should be, because you might not even win this battle.
I would flip the perspective. I would be like, I'm going up against Harry. Yeah, he might have all these accomplishments, but I've been dancing way longer than he has. I've got way more experience and way more battles than he has. I've flown into that, but that's the way it actually is. That's the truth of it.
Yeah,
you objectively have way more battle experience than that dude has. Yeah. So you could, if you came at it with that mindset, take him out, because it's not a thing where you're going to need your physicality to like. It's not a battle of strength. It's a battle of mindset, wills, experience, and creativity. Which is why you see people like Nelson, who's flipping old. Yes, he's Nelson, but that's why he can still slap up the younger generations coming up.
Yeah, because if that was like a UFC fighter or whatever, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. That's the beautiful thing about dancing, and that's the beautiful thing about, you know, the space that you're in.
Yeah, I'm still halfway through mine. Thanks.
But No, I'm all right, lad. Thank you, bro. All of that to say, it's
no, I know what you mean. Like, I definitely don't. I'm not like defending my mindset. I'm just saying that I think that's why I thought the way I.
Yeah, 100%, and I understand that mindset.
I'm with you. I don't think it's something I should. What were they saying?
It's all good, don't worry.
Update on the food gate. Harry ordered food time ago. How you say that? Yeah, I think. I completely understand it, but I think that's a very easy. I understand that's probably like the most common mindset that people of your experience or in your position would come up against.
Yeah.
But when you think about it outside of the storm, it's because it's yourself. But if someone outside of
I would tell them exactly. Yeah, 100%. It's just hard to deal with when it's me.
On this note, by the way, older Jen.
Here we go. He's coming at everyone today.
Tell him.
Go on. Mate, who you got next?
You bring me on here, do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm here for it, mate. You can come every week.
For a reason.
Yeah.
Older Jen, and I don't mean that in any disrespect, by the way, by the older thing, or, you know.
They are objectively
more
older.
mature Jen.
Yeah. It's not disrespectful.
Just making it worse.
Zimmer frame Jen.
Come back. Come back.
Look.
I want the older Gen to come back. I want to get smoked. Like, I'm not saying that no one from the younger Gen can smoke. Anyone can smoke anyone at any point, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Depending on
100%.
situation.
The belt belongs to nobody.
Older Gen. I know that you don't enter the battles anymore, and I get it. We're all everyone's grown and whatever. Come on.
This is precisely why.
Give us something.
Yeah, this is precisely.
I want to battle the older gen.
I think that's the back.
That's why don't worry.
Okay.
That's why I do this. Do you know what I mean? It's like because I wanted to battle the people that I looked up to.
Yeah.
And I wanted to
Test your
respectfully try and beat them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because those are the people you start off by comparing yourself to.
100%. And it's like if you don't have the opportunity to actually battle these people and
you're not gonna.
You know what? I have to say,
there's no progression in it. Really.
To back that up, I have to say, like, that's one thing I guess, especially hearing you say that now, like, that I'm grateful for in terms of the generation that I am in terms of the UK scene, because even though I never trained popping, I never tried hard. I used to always enter popping battles just for shits and then try hard at the hip hop. But I kind of I've battled Marvel, Breaks, Brooke. Like, I lost every time, but I've like battled all these people, and it's like, it is fucking nice. And in Harry's getting his food. In hip hop, some of the coolest experiences I've ever had is like battling. Like we battled Deadson and Ben in a Euro battle, and that was fucking sick. I battled Salas and his brother Csef. That was a sick battle, and like I still know Salas like as a person now just from battling him.
I got boss man chicken. You're done, no. Listen. So the point that Harry
and
was
we're
making,
back.
We're back. The point that Harry was making, or the perspective that Harry is coming from, if what you were saying, the perspective that you used to have or that you were struggling with was true, none of the younger generation would care to try and battle us because they'd be like, we'd fucking smoke them anyway. They're all old. The fact that he wants to test his might, test your might against the Shawns, the Brooks, the whatever.
It's 100% a respect thing.
Yeah.
No, but my mentality is not that. My mentality was more like it's not like me thinking I'm a younger gen being scared of the older gen. It's like I am the older gen, and I shouldn't be not as good as the younger gen. You know, and this is like, I know I'm not defending them. I was saying this is what my brain was like telling me that's making life hard.
No, I know. Yeah, and that's what the point I was making.
Oh,
the point
sorry,
I'm saying is the older gen and being older, you can still slap. And case in point is the younger gen just want to face the older gen because Lucia said the exact same thing Harry said.
Yeah,
she wants to go against.
But also, like, there's people now that think that about you guys. I'm one of them. Like, it's like there's people that are like setting their sights on like people like Harry.
Yeah, 100%. I'd love to battle Harry.
Yeah.
Well, let's have it.
Let's have it right now. Let's go. Let's go
after the pod.
Should we have a live battle?
A live battle? We could actually do that. Like,
you can decide.
You should do that, like a podcast with like a live battle in the middle of it or something.
I actually might. But my point is it could be the same thing.
Fucking hell.
So many edits.
So many, lads.
But we could do the same thing.
This is coming out in 2 months, by the way.
Yo. Bro, I have a podcast with Fame. Do you know DJ Fame?
Yeah.
Bro, we drank so much that is like legit. The podcast still hasn't come out because I'm not even sure. I said we sat there for 2 hours and I was like legit like, and you know I'm not like sensitive about what I put out. I'm like, this podcast might be 12 minutes long. Like we said so much shit that we can't put out.
Could be the same with this one, to be honest.
Oh, I'm putting it all out, baby.
No, we had some good chats.
What was my point again? Oh yeah, is that you could do that where you have like you chat first and then battle afterwards. And then you just film the whole thing. Oh, I might cut this because this might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we talk about more stuff that happened? The pod off.
Yeah.
Never.
Paradox pod.
I did a
with Paradox.
podcast with Paradox. It's coming out soon. After this one, probably the weekend. Good podcast, good chat. Me, Dylan, and Paradox had a 2-hour chat.
2 hours.
2 hours with
That guy is
Paradox.
an alien, by the way.
He's fucking sick, right?
How's his English?
Oh yeah, perfect, bro. He's fucking Dutch. They're all like, they have better English than we do.
I remember ciphering with him once, and I'm not a fan of people that take the whole track.
Yeah.
However, he can have the track.
Yeah.
The guy can take his shoes
the
off.
copyright to the track.
It's like you sing, you are the artist now.
Did you make this? You did it a few times. Do you know when everyone around the cypher is just kind of like, no one's like, oh mate, get out.
Yeah. Like, please keep going.
Infatuated by what's going on in the cypher. It's mad. Yeah.
I hear
So
that.
talented.
He's fucking good. And nice guy as well. Really nice guy. We had a nice chat.
Yeah.
It's worth checking out. Also, the Home Bros pod came out yesterday. I'm going to put up a teaser for it soon, but it will be out yesterday when this comes out. The pod is good, man. If you like them, check out the pod. They dropped a bunch of knowledge. It was like that. Like I didn't even have to be there. Like they were just like saying so much, like really, like the whole history of how the Afro stuff came about in the UK.
I'd be
It's
interested
good stuff,
to be fair because I know jack shit. So.
They really went into detail, especially about how they were involved in the shit. But it was good. So yeah, check those out. Subscribe to the Capsule if you don't already. Thank you. Queen's Speech. They had. Do you know anything about the Queen's Speech project?
No,
not at all.
Sorry.
Do you?
Oh
Yeah, I'm alright.
Clara's thing.
Is this? Is that the one where they went to?
Philippines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lauren, Scott, Olu, and Jesse went to the Philippines
Canvas.
for 2 weeks, I think, or something.
What did you say then?
Canvas. Don't worry.
It's probably a Conor McGregor.
Clatter your head off. Yeah.
There we go.
Clatter your head off.
Why is yours sexy?
Imagine Conor McGregor
Hello,
was sexy.
fucking hell.
I'll clatter your head off that canvas.
Yeah, you will, baby.
Come.
Harry's mom listens to this for fuck's sake, Abe.
It's alright. Harry's a big boy.
Yeah,
He's
he
drinking
is. No, stop it.
The Pawn Podcast coming to you soon.
So many edits.
This has gone left.
This podcast can be 12 minutes long. What were we talking about?
The Queen's Speech.
Yeah.
The Speen
So
Speech.
they went to the Philippines, did 3 weeks there. They lived with the person that was their partner. Did some showcases, they did a bunch of crap while they were out there. They also started a showcase, like a choreographing together. Then they came back to the UK, spent another 3 weeks here with the Philippine girls living with them. And then they did, on the last Thursday, they did a 40-minute theatre piece.
40 minutes.
That they put together all together. So it wasn't all 6 of them on stage for 40 minutes, which it rarely is if you're doing that long of a piece anyway.
Yeah.
So they did, like a lot of duets, trios, like this type of thing, and they kind of mixed it up. It was really interesting.
Did they have a battle as well?
And
They had a battle on the
lived with
Friday
them,
night.
didn't they?
Yeah,
They
in the
lived in,
Philippines.
like their actual homes.
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
In the Philippines, and then they lived here.
That's a sick experience, though.
Yeah,
Like
I think so.
Something that you just so many, who can say they've done that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool.
And it was,
Shout out to Lauren Scott, by the way, because Lauren Scott's had such a fucking great year.
I was going to
in
bring
my
this
opinion.
up. I'm a
grown
big
so
fan of
much.
Lauren, and I told her on the day. I think, she's had a great year. I think she is potentially one of the most promising
Yes.
people of her generation. Like, dancers wise, I think she's great. But I think as an overall, like, person and figure in the scene, like, I was saying to her that I feel like she might be of her generation, the like Brooke of her generation, in terms of like, I think she'll be great at battles. I don't know where she'll kind of be in the overall thing of her generation in, in 5-10 years time. But I think in terms of, you're right, mate.
Yeah. Indigestion. Go.
Okay.
Oh, I hate that.
Do you want to drink?
No. Go.
I think in
That'll make
terms
it
of
worse, that.
yeah, I think in terms of her versatility, being able to like to choreograph, to like work in different spaces, I think she's got her fucking head screwed on straight in terms of just like the way she thinks, the way she goes. But she's very mature, and that's now. Like, imagine the next 10 years. So I think she will kind of be that person that's like, I can imagine in 10 years the new dancers will be like their mentors
Very
will be
inspired by
yeah, they'll be like, I want to.
yeah.
How does Lauren do what she like? How the younger dancers now are like,
And
I
it's
want to be
great
like
to see a
Brooke,
girl doing what she's doing as well. Not that there's never been any before, but
especially
like,
in this scene and in this style. Especially.
yeah, I just think she's had a really, really strong year, and I've obviously watched Lauren grow up through UDO.
Yeah.
And Lauren doesn't just pop. She
did. She started with hip-hop. She was doing hip-hop forever.
She's good at hip hop. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
It
like
was her
Lauren
main
would be
style
one of
for a
them
long
that
time.
would be sat in the room going like,
No, me.
but
yeah.
like Lauren is good at hip hop, and probably other things that I don't know about. But like,
Well, I feel like the Synergy lot are mainly hip hop dancers anyway.
yeah,
Like
Shout
her,
out to
Jordana,
Synergy, by the way, they're
Carl,
sick as
like,
well.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, she breaks a student. The breaks finder.
Well,
I don't think because Synergy were already doing battle stuff for a while before, but I think she trains with breaks now.
Well, I worked with Lauren a little bit through lockdown on Zoom, and I'll say like a little bit because it was a little bit, and I'd never claim anything, but it was nice to no, but
I'm joking.
It was nice to see.
Yeah.
The progression and the confidence level that's because like I see Lauren as quite a timid character whenever I've taught her or been in conversation with her or whatever, and then when she dances she like comes to life, which I love about people. I love it when it's like that. And I saw an interview by you and stuff at the Red Bull event. And
I was like,
I just think like she's really grown. Like not even as just a dancer.
Yeah, as
like,
a person.
Yeah, just
definitely.
You said her name and it came into my head. So,
I was going to bring it up anyway. Yeah, I 100%.
A young dancer and everything. She's had a big year. You know, it's a big growing year. I did young dancer. And
Did you?
I've done. Yeah.
Same year Dennis did it.
Well, snap.
Oh yeah, mate.
Oh yeah. Mate. Oh yes.
Yeah, no. I feel like I've had a similar year in my past to what she's had this
That's
year,
like the defining year.
where you feel like it might not be anything to anyone else, but you feel like I've really put myself on the map this year, sort of thing. So yeah,
I think she definitely has. Like she's like a name in the scene now, whereas before it was like, oh, Lauren from Synergy. Now she's just Lauren Scott.
Yes, 100%.
She's like, oh, we know who she is. Like she's that person.
In one sentence, you've just said what I was trying to say the whole time. Really.
Yeah. Fair.
Well, he does do podding more than you, mate.
Fair play.
Yeah. But the Queen speech thing was sick, and I think what was interesting actually is like they were saying during the Q&A that obviously like Olu's, I don't know, but Jesse's done a bit of like choreographing stuff, but I think Olu's had a lot of experience with choreographing. But at some point they gave Lauren the like director role because they were trying to, obviously with 6 people you need a hierarchy. You can't really just have everyone weighing in because if you don't agree on an idea, it's like you need someone to make the fucking decisions. Yeah. And they said at some point towards the end they just said, look, Lauren, you decide, you make the decisions, which is like I don't know, they didn't
beef or
what do you mean?
Like, were they having beef or was everyone?
No. As in, like, imagine if all 3 of us are like trying to choreograph something together. It's like at some point we might all disagree, and it's like, well, who's in charge? Like, who's making the decisions? And I think with a group, naturally, you lean towards one person. It's like, all right, well, Harry, what do you think? Like, you know.
Yeah, no, I got that. But I'm asking, what do you know? What the decision was to let her do the directing? Or was it like we've all had an experience directing this? Now you have your experience.
No, I think it was just they were like, you're the person that we want to be in charge of these decisions. Which probably was through the experience of like working with her and seeing how she makes decisions and stuff. They probably said, look, Lauren, you're probably the best suited for this. You be the decider for us, I guess, with these ideas or whatever, or you direct how we're going to do all this. Which I think is a fucking big compliment, especially from people who are like maybe older than you and more experienced.
100%, yeah.
But yeah, so the show was really cool. I think what I found most interesting about it was like a 40-minute show, and that was the only thing of the evening. They had a little after party afterwards, but it was basically just to come and see the show. And they have that with something like, you know, if you go to Sadler's Wells to see a piece, it's like sometimes it's like an hour-long piece and it's just that. And the night you pay your money, you go sit down and watch the show. It's not like a showcase like Dylan's thing where there's loads of different things. But I haven't really seen lots of examples like that in the street dance world and even in the hip-hop theatre world where Breaking Convention have done it once or twice, or not once or twice, but they've done it a few times where on the Friday before the Breaking Convention weekend, they'll have a night which is just dedicated to one company. And they'll usually bring in someone like from overseas or whatever who will do like an hour-long show and that will be part of the Breaking Convention weekend. But the main 2 days are showcases, right? But I was like, it's interesting because we, especially more in the hip-hop theatre side of things, the whole progression, for anyone that doesn't do hip-hop theatre, the whole progression is you're building up to be able to have a night to yourself. So you start off with maybe a 10-minute piece or a 5-minute piece if you've got like a really short showcase thing, and you build it. So then you go, right, I've got a 20-minute piece, or maybe you start at a 20-minute piece, then you go 30, 40, 50, whatever. You try to get to like an hour or so piece, right? So that because you don't want to pay 20 quid to go to a theatre to watch 20 minutes, right? Yeah. It's weird. So hours like a kind of good, from my experience, a good round thing, even for contemporary shows or whatever. It's like you go, you sit and you watch that. It could be 2 hours or whatever if it's like a certain type of thing. But a lot of people are waiting to be given that opportunity. Obviously, you have to build up your network. You have to tour your 20-minute piece. You have to extend it. You get R&Ds. You get funding. You build up to a 1 hour piece, and then you have to get people that program that piece, right? So if you want your hour-long piece to be shown, you can do like a little showing. So you can like have a dance studio. It's usually at the end of an R&D or something. You might have a dance studio and you might just invite people to come and watch, and they check the hour and they're like, oh, it's really good. Like, and it might be the people that you invite are people from venues, and then they might say, oh, come and show it at our venue next week. We'll program you, right? But what I thought was interesting about the Queen's Speech thing is that they hired their own venue just to put on their own show. And it's like, I've seen people hire their own venue to put on a battle, or hire their own venue to put on loads of 3-minute showcases like Dylan's thing. But I hadn't really seen a lot of people, especially in the street dance world, hire their own venue to put on their own show. It's like Clara hired it, and it's Clara's, project.
Shouts Clara.
Yeah, to put on like an hour-long show and just have that as a thing, because then you can invite program. It's like a showing, but the most like fancy version of a showing. And I think it's a really interesting concept. Like if people are out there developing theatre, it's like I was like, fuck, what? That is a good point. Like, why can't people
this
just
happened already?
Yeah, it happened last Thursday.
I didn't know anything about this.
Yeah, so they did.
Did you go?
I went. Yeah, it's
How
down the road from me.
What was the turnout like?
It wasn't like super packed, but there was a good amount of people. Yeah, I don't know how many, because I don't know how many the capacity was, but it was like 80% full.
Whose piece was best?
It was one piece.
Oh, sorry.
I like the way you think though.
No,
was-
sorry.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
they worked in duos and that, so
It all kind of ran as one, so there wasn't any, even though it was like duos and trios, it was like all interlinked, so it didn't really start or end anywhere. It just kind of ran through as one.
Whose duo's part was your favourite?
Lauren and her partner, because they had
There you
like
go, Harry.
the girl was a voguer, and they did a very like what we would all choreograph together.
Yeah,
like liney, tutty, like, and that was like that was like, oh yeah, that shit's cool. I love like theatre in general, but like that, it's
Got you.
yeah, that's the
And
shit.
you said they did a battle on another day.
They did a battle on Friday night. It was a women only, I want to say 7 to Smoke.
7 to Smoke.
7 to Smoke.
I think there's a lot of advertisement and PR for this stuff doing like exclusively on Insta now. Do you
Yeah.
reckon there's a better way of doing that? Because
question.
OVO, because Toby got at me and was like, I did do a video about OVO battles, you fucking dickhead. He didn't say that.
Oh, is
But
that what
did
did you say that he should have?
I said he should have. I said he should have done like a video saying, like, explaining the concept.
Where was
And he
I?
Can I have an
actually-
invite to that next time, please?
Where was
By
I?
the
Because
way.
I knew.
Yeah, likewise,
I
bruv.
didn't say anything.
Toby.
No, you were there.
Oh,
You
well,
know
I knew
it,
he did a
Toby,
video
come
about
on.
the rules. I didn't say anything.
I don't know why you didn't say it to me
Sorry,
when
my
I said
bad.
that. Then
I don't know.
That's Luke's fault then,
That
Toby.
looked like one of the best events this year. By the way.
Yes, because they played
Probably.
current music. Or it wasn't that current, but they
Full
played
circle.
like
And if
our
you've
type of
listened to the
music.
whole pod, you'll know that makes sense to what we were saying earlier.
It looked
So
flipping.
well done, Toby. Please give me
Josh.
What?
Josh.
I thought you said Toby.
Yeah, but Josh played the music. Toby's not a DJ.
Oh, sorry. Okay, well done to Toby for hiring Josh.
There we go.
Well done to Josh for being Josh.
Yeah.
We love Josh.
Good looking.
Constantanzo.
Good looking Constantanzo, yeah.
You know I watched the pod, innit?
This is like
Constanzo.
detailed jokes.
But yeah, fucking, I want to be part of that battle. It looks sick, that, by the way. I know we're a bit late to that.
If
Well,
Harry,
Yeah.
if you
No,
invite
it's
Harry, I will come to the battle and enter. Oh, everyone's been waiting for me to say
Put me,
that.
put me and Abe in one team, and then we're sorted.
You
do know what I
don't
mean?
get to choose your team though.
Oh.
We do this time.
Ooh.
The capsule does.
I will.
Team Capsule.
I will.
He will put it on for free live.
Wait, what?
But, sorry, no, you won't.
I'll do it.
Yeah, not for free.
Do what for free?
I think
Okay.
we never do anything for free.
What have you done, Dave?
Oh my
I
god.
don't know what's going on, guys.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell. All right. Well, Queen's Speech was sick. Shout out to Clara. Yeah, there's 7 to Smoke battle on the Friday. yeah, cool, good stuff.
Yes, girls.
Well done,
Oh,
girls.
you were going to talk about? We were talking about the UK team in France. Kane and them lot.
Give it up for the ladies.
I feel like you had something to say on that.
I had my fingers crossed, so I didn't mean it.
We were just speaking about it earlier. Yeah. No, I didn't know too much about it. I didn't know they were going.
I know a lot. Shall I tell you
earlier that again, those people deserve props because Kane and Gaz and Ty and all them.
Well, Ty's in Zimbabwe right now.
Zimbabwe.
Battling.
Yeah. He's a guest at something.
That's they're making so many moves, and
the UK team in France was Kane, Gaz, Rory, Keron Proverbs, and Red from Nottingham.
That's the only thing I was thinking. Is it's a sick team, but it's a random team. Like I did. Well, unless I didn't know, but I didn't know all those people were like.
No, so what it is, it wasn't them that put it together. So it's a battle called All You Win. I think it's like a Halloween battle. Like I think if you're French, that sounds the same. Maybe All You Win, Halloween. I don't know.
They have a little yock as well.
A Scouse French accent would be great.
Maybe.
It'd be so phlegmy though. Dude, that was so much fucking
flying everywhere.
Fucking hell, putain.
Le fucking putani.
Fuck, this podcast is getting us all cancelled.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So what was I going to say? I think they were put together by Cynthia. You know,
Cynthia,
not the popper. Nikel's partner. Yeah. Why? How do you know that?
Because I went to Kane's Instagram. Cynthia LC is a dancer, member of Paradoxal.
Yeah, she's
currently living in London.
Partner of Nikel Udat. She's also
lovely.
a fantastic dancer.
They're very lovely people.
I think Kane said that she was the one who approached him. I don't know if she put the team together, but I know they went a few years ago and Talent was the like coach for them, and it was like Josh did it. I can't remember who else did it. But there's a bunch of the like Josh's generation guys.
They got to top four.
They got to the semis, which is cool. I think they did really well. I watched actually the UPG's battle in I think it's Belgium, and that was fucking sick as well. Ty's like one of my favorite at the moment. I think dancers. I mean, I said that ages ago.
Who's Ty?
He's fucking sick, innit?
Yeah.
Who's Ty?
The B-boy. He's not Titan. Like he's not on that.
Do you know what it is? He just dances.
Yeah, like,
and he enjoys it as well. Like
he looks like he's fucking having fun.
He looks like he's having a fucking belter.
Yeah,
when he's dancing, and like how can you even argue with that?
Like I was saying before, is like I think there's definitely b-boys that would beat him, but he's like one of my favorite to watch.
Yeah, because it's raw.
Yeah,
and again, it gives me like,
and he's got fucking cool moves, man.
Who else has got it? Pac has a similar vibe. I mean, Pac's got a bit more of like an explosive style, I think. But do you know the way they like top rock?
Yeah,
and it's like they're really playing with the music.
Yeah,
they're not just like.
I mean, Ty does hip hop as well, so it's like he can actually dance.
And it's like for me as well. Pac when I watch him, he does that. It's like he's not the only b-boy, but one of the only b-boys out of this current generation that I've seen that like really just takes time to actually dance to the music as well at the same time. And Ty does that so sick.
You know who was fucking sick with you at UK Champs?
Oh, not this year.
Danny?
The French guy. Yeah, I've seen. He's creeping up now, isn't he?
Yeah, the one who was like killing the tracks.
Yeah, he's wavy.
I saw he was in Korea this weekend.
What a wonderful segue onto the next topic. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So this week was let me find the actual exactly name of what it was.
Actual exactly name of what it was.
Yeah, that's a fucking thing that I said. The WDSF World Breaking Championships in Seoul, Korea was this weekend. So we had out there representing Sunny, Roxy, Sheku, Shortbread, LB, Karam, Justice, and although not technically representing for us, but she's still ours, Vanessa. So we're gonna keep claiming her.
Vanessa.
I don't care what flag you're flying.
Obviously, we're
You're
claiming
from
Vanessa.
London, baby.
Where was it? What flag was she
is
flying?
a fucking Scouser. She loves a fucking bevy, by the way, which is great.
There you go.
That's all I need.
Vanessa,
She's a great
Vanessa,
time.
stop flying the Portuguese flag.
Is that what flag she
You're
was
our-
flying?
Yeah.
They were in Liverpool recently.
get a
all
London
the
flag.
B-boys and B-girls, and she
Was bevying it up.
mate.
What a weapon.
Do you know how some people say, like, I judge people on like their shoes?
Their friends.
or,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
judge
like,
people on their drinking.
come to the pub and let's see what you're about.
What are
Do
you?
know what I
What are
mean?
you telling me? How do you judge me then?
No, yeah, as long as you get it out. What? I mean,
Trying to be nice.
Inside his head, what a fucking
what
weapon.
number is that? 'Cause
One.
We've been going an hour and 30.
Yeah, no, it's the first one. I don't drink, lad.
I'm
If
only
this
on my
was
second.
cocktails, mate, if this was cocktails, I'd have you on the floor.
Like a fucking alcoholic on this whole thing.
Yeah,
guys,
mate.
I live above a pub, by the way, so I'm used to drinking.
Mate, your
I'm
liver.
not an alcoholic.
His liver is fucked.
You know, I go to the gym every day. You know, not an alcoholic.
That's why they call it that.
What?
Liverpool.
What?
I don't know.
Because your liver's fucked. Your liver's a peel of fucking beer.
I didn't say that.
Very much.
So right, let me. Okay, well, I was gonna.
Cocktails, mate. I'll do you.
I'm gonna
That's
read
a
out.
side of that.
I know. I don't like
No,
drinks. I don't
cocktail.
like beers. You see, beers. There was a point where you didn't like the taste of beer when you were younger. Tell the truth. You didn't have
Well,
your
I
first
was
bevy.
younger, so-
Yeah, exactly. But you didn't have your first bevy and was like, this
No, to
tastes
be
nice.
fair, in high school, I drank vodka only.
Exactly.
Ugh.
And now
Why?
I can't drink vodka.
I hate vodka.
It's weird that
Tastes
I
like
just
paint.
drink beer now, but I used to just drink vodka.
But you learned to like beer, didn't you? You didn't like beer out the
No,
gate.
It's an acquired taste.
Lad, I love beer, you know.
You didn't like beer at the beginning.
And I
though.
mean that in the least alcoholic way. It's like,
It tastes rank.
I think it's actually a nice taste.
Anyway, what's going on in the dance scene?
So, out of those people,
Yeah.
I think Justice didn't pass through the prelim. LB got to the top 128 and lost to Amir. Sheku. And then he's going to be like, ugh.
No. Carry on.
Okay, so Justice did his prelim. LB lost in the top 128 to Amir. Sheku lost in the top 64 to X-Rain. Karam and Sunny both got to the top 32 and Karam lost to Gravity. That would have been a good battle. I want to see that. And I don't know how to say this. Rayon, R-A-1-O-N. It's a text that I'm reading, so I can't tell you how to pronounce that. So apparently there was a total of 225 B-boys, approximately. And in the B-girl category, Roxy got to the top 64 and lost to Tiff. And Shortbread got to the top 64 and lost to Yell. And there was approximately 125 B-girls. And according to Rob, probably the highest standard ever at a breaking event. Jesus Christ.
Not everyone must have been there. You would.
Vanessa got to the top 18 in B-girls.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
She's
Go on, Vanessa.
I don't know Vanessa that well.
I know,
She seems very hardworking.
She is,
I see on Instagram.
She's a fucking maniac.
Always either
Yeah.
traveling somewhere to battle or training.
Yeah. Vanessa's like one of them people, like, I'll go and do a full shoot with her when we used to do like more stuff with her, like tiny room workouts and stuff. Like, I'll go and do a full shoot at like whatever time.
Tiny room workouts.
And then I'm like, all right, after this, that's my job for the day. I'm going to go home and chill now. And she's like, well, I'm going to go do an 8-hour shift and then go to the gym after that and train. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
well, see you later.
She's on her grind.
Yeah. She's just like, if there's one thing you can say about Vanessa is that she's like, works her ass off.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's sick though that they it's sick that they're just there, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It, like the whole thing is sick, but like for Karam and Sonny getting
top 32 in the world.
That's impressive. That.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like the breakers, I feel like they're the most, because you have to be physically conditioned as well. They're the most athlete. There's a reason why it's in the Olympics, I reckon. Because out of all the top stars, no one's really training like that here. Really?
Well, there's no incentive to.
Yeah.
Like, if you made popping an Olympic sport tomorrow,
Everyone would be on it.
I'd dedicate all my time. I never, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like people train.
Yeah, no. Because there's no money.
In that kind of way, because there's no real incentive. Like, I train because, like, I always want to keep dancing, and this is for me personally, but I always want to keep dancing feeling like it's a hobby, not a job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though it is a job.
Yeah.
And with that, you've got to enjoy it. And if you're forcing yourself to train all the time, there's going to be days you go to the gym and you're forcing yourself to go to the gym. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're not actually really enjoying it. You just you know it's for the best, so you're going. Whereas with popping, there's no like incentive to say like I need to go to the gym.
I reckon.
I need to go and train because
I reckon if you're making a decent living off of popping, off of dance or whatever, even the days that you didn't want to go gym or didn't want to train, you would train because you're doing the thing that you love for your job. Even though it's work, like it wouldn't turn into, I reckon your mindset wouldn't be like, this is not a hobby anymore, this is a job. Because you'd be like, I'm living in a lovely place and I'm making loads of money doing the thing that I love. You know what I mean? It'd overtake. Because I'm guessing footballers don't want to train and wake up one day but like you can't.
Yeah, but we're not making like.
No, I know you're not.
Like you've pretty much in the least cocky way possible. You've just explained my life, but I don't make loads of money.
No.
Do you know
But
what I
if
mean?
you're
It's
making,
like,
yeah.
But like I live from popping.
Yeah.
I left school and I've always lived from popping.
Dance,
do you know what I mean? And it's like, but I don't.
You don't feel like the incentive to really train, like.
I like. Yeah, I don't.
Well, also
I
put
don't
it this
feel
way.
like, oh my god, there's a 10 grand prize next weekend because there's never is. Do you know what I mean? There's a
100.
150
And a shirt.
150 tops prize. Do you know what I mean?
But if there was, you would, even on the days that I reckon, if there was, let's say you were making, just for the sake of the scenario, 60k from popping, 60k a year annually, yeah. And that's your base level, and there's through winning events, there's an opportunity to win even more. You would train even on the days that, because you're saying that you
100%. I would get like if they turned it into an Olympic sport like breaking, I would give it
everything,
lads. Yeah, I love it like that. Like I really do love it to give it that everything as well. But when it has it, like even for me, even like a world ranking table or something.
I think the Kingdoms League is a great start for that.
Kingdoms League is a great start, and obviously before breaking had the Olympics, they had a league table going. Because I remember
Undisputed.
at one point Sonny was at the top of it, and Karam was as well. So like there was this league table going on where there was certain major events around the world which would count towards these scores, and it for one, it's great for events because people have more of an incentive to come to your event because it's a qualifier.
We were talking about that with Kieran's Lightfest event because it was the same weekend as BC Dance Your Style.
Yeah.
And people still chose to go to
Shambles
Lightfest.
that, by the way.
Well, yeah.
That was, I'm not saying it was anyone's fault.
No,
and I couldn't make it to either that weekend, but bloody hell, like.
Yeah, I mean, I think Red Bull didn't have a chance to. Like, I think my thinking is that they had to coordinate with like the worldwide schedule, so they kind of just went, well, London has to be this weekend, not anything we can do. But the positive is that a lot of people still went to Lightfest instead of going to BC Dance Your Style qualifier because of the Kingdoms League. If that was just a one-off battle, it might not have had the same draw. But a lot of people were like, "No, I need to keep my standings in that league."
I'm waiting for the final. There's gonna be one more.
Yeah, I might come and enter.
I think
last chance qualifier.
I'm gonna. I literally have only been able to make the first one, and I've been working every other event.
Yeah.
Where'd you get to? You got to the finals.
I got semis, so I got my 6 points or something.
Yeah. That was a heavy one as well. That first one, there was a lot of people
like everyone came.
That was the one. Yeah.
But like,
that was a good one.
Yeah, I think if I want to get in that top thing, I think I need to win.
Yeah.
That next one.
You got a good chance.
I'm coming for Ed.
What's the next one? The finals.
The last chance qualifier. They haven't announced it, but he reckons there will be one.
I reckon.
Yeah, there's a one, but like anyone
the
can enter.
word on the street is Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the word on the street is that, you know...
Yeah, they've got a final
there's
event.
There's going to be an event where, for the Kingdoms League, there'll be... I don't know if this is the thing, for example, but yeah, this is, for example, on the Sunday, there'll be the finals, but on the Saturday, there's going to be a last chance cypher. It's not been announced yet, but
Kieran
pretty sure
did
that's
announce
the word on
something.
the street.
Where is it? I swear we posted it.
I thought I saw that on Instagram as well.
It was us that posted it.
It was us that posted it.
It was us that
posted
Here,
it.
look.
Yeah, see?
Throughout this past year, you guys have been battling at crazy high level at a number of events. Some of you have been at every event. Some of you have just jumped in and just stolen points and got all the way up there. We've been keeping a little surprise for what's going to be happening. So I'm not going to announce everything right now, but from the winners of today, that is not it. The final weekend will be another chance to earn your final points. Your points calculate to money. The more points you have, the more money you can win. We'll be looking for the top 7 pointers to go straight to our final.
What?
The last spot is open to everyone with a minimum of 3 points. Obviously that final weekend, if you're missing a point or two, you can try and get them there. So that will be for the wild card right at the end.
Matty.
Yeah? So the top 7 pointers, you're almost chilling. You can still do it to get more points if you want to get that extra P. And then afterwards, we'll get the battles done.
I think it's weird. I don't know. I'm not sure if that says that whoever gets the most points outside of the top 7 gets in, or if you've got a minimum of 3 points, they put your name in.
No,
a hat.
so what I think is, I think it's on the Kieran's not feeling well, otherwise I could have fucking called him. But
wake that ass up, blood.
Fucking hell, Kieran.
do you know what I mean? So
Wake him up.
Fucking hell.
if
Dad,
on the Saturday, I think there's like another event which is like you can gain more points on that day, and then on the Sunday, I think is the like whoever does well out of the Saturday, who has the most points, goes to be the wild card.
Yeah.
So on the first event, anyone with a minimum of 3 can enter that to try and get last minute points to then enter the top 8.
But what if you have 0 points and you want to enter on a Saturday?
It's a minimum of 3 points.
So I've got my minimum.
There you go. So you could get in, get yourself that wild card spot to be the 8th person, and then do the battle of the top 8.
That's the
Yeah,
whack
I
kill.
wanna-
All right, wait. Let's do a
just-
cut and let's stop talking about shit that's going to get us in trouble.
Yeah.
And go. And we're back.
There's definitely going to be something that slips through.
It's all
I'm
Abe's fault.
gonna have to get my edit on for this
I don't
podcast.
care, bro.
You're gonna have to watch
Yep.
an hour. Well, fucking
Yeah.
2 hours. Yeah.
I'm gonna have
hours
to
on.
watch a lot.
Don't worry, 30 minutes of that was that fucking Uber driver.
You're gonna say that, right? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to watch through 2 hours, and the person watching is gonna be like, why is this podcast 30 minutes long? He said 2 hours. Like, where'd the rest of it go?
30 minutes of it was that Uber driver going, I gonna see it 28. I'm outside. Can you? And then Harry's
Not
on the
Uber
phone
driver,
like,
food
mate,
delivery
I'm
driver."
just out the way. I'm out the house right now. 28C. Can you not? Yep, coming 28C. Coming. Some more.
Oh, I'm
it
definitely
was the
leaving this
biggest
part in.
language barrier ever.
And then Harry came and went, mate, you're browner than me. You might be able to understand him.
Oh, lad, I didn't mean it like that though.
No, you didn't.
I was just like, can someone
I was saying
else
that for
deal with
comedic
this
effect.
problem,
It's like,
please?
Abe, you're half black and half what? And you're like
did mean
Iranian.
it
It's
like
like, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, I'm English. Take the phone.
Iran's close enough. You fucking talk to him.
That happened to me at work once.
I had people
Fuck.
on the job I'm on at the moment. People all thought I was mixed race.
Really?
Yeah,
So random.
It's 'cause
is
you
that
got
the right way?
Wow.
Yeah,
Cutting
yeah,
that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So many bleeps.
But I was. I just clocked what he said.
Do you agree?
I fucking hell. I'm gonna be the tally now, lads.
Yeah.
Sort it out.
Someone has to be.
Yeah, come on.
God.
But yeah, no, I was shocked by the accusation.
No, I get what you mean. I get why they would think that. I get why.
You know what's fucking annoying is that like I'm gonna have to bleep a lot of this, but you're fucking on point right now.
No, I do get it.
You're on top funny game.
Did it make you feel good? You're like, what the fuck? No. And then like when they all turn around, you went, fucking get it. Come on. I can say it. Never.
Oh my god. All right. Well, what else is there left in this life to talk about? Fucking hell. Well, speaking of WDSF, there's another one
Yeah, I'm gonna go to this if I can.
in Manchester.
Really
I'm
gonna
coming.
try and go on the Sunday. I can't make the Saturday.
What's-
I know, but
When is it?
the Saturday that'll bring me on to something else that's happening.
Yep. Oh yeah. We can't talk about it this week.
Okay.
Has to be. He said next week. He said don't announce it, which is like going to be very late. But
When is it?
so this weekend, come in. Is
29th
the
and
Breaking
30th.
League in Derby. I'll be there. There's Create on the Friday, which is like a open styles kind of experimental type battle to a live music. And we did a podcast with them before. So if you don't know what Create is, go back and check the Create special. And then on the Saturday and Sunday is the Breaking League. So they have like loads of different breaking categories, but check out their Insta. We'll be there. I'm hosting a panel talk there, so that'd be cool.
Sick.
And then the weekend after is the WDSF European Championships in Manchester, which is super dope. So that's going to be quite cool. There also may be something else happening in London. We don't know yet. We would definitely never talk about it the week before we're supposed to talk about it. Oh, that's an interesting hoodie you've got there.
It's a nice brand, isn't it?
Interesting. Well, anyway,
Yeah,
so
Does the WDSF thing do Top
Yeah.
Stars?
not yet. I very much assume it's going to come soon.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't know how soon is soon, but I would imagine.
Be really cool though.
I would imagine it's coming.
Because again, that's more incentive. Like,
Yeah.
there'd be a league table with that. I like to see
I'm in.
things.
Yeah,
I like even if I'm bottom, I want to
bro.
know I'm bottom.
Can I tell you the real thing of it though?
by fact?
Is like
You love a bottom.
it's also a story.
Sorry, Luke.
And bleeping all of it. Fuck's sake. You're the one who's your mum is watching. Who's your mum is watching. Wow.
You're the
talking about
one
my mum.
who's your mum.
But my mum isn't going to watch
Your
that.
mama
I can say
is
anything.
watching.
Are you black? Are you mixed race? Any chance? The way you said that.
I like the way you said your without the you or the R.
It was really cool.
Yo,
It
mama.
was really,
Interesting.
yeah, wow.
Fuck yeah. Christ.
And cutting all of that. No, okay, and cutting all of that.
That'd be a sick name.
What was I going to say? Yeah, so I think so. Here's the thing with the WDSF thing, like with the leagues.
Yeah.
It's like it's a fuck's sake. This pod is we're winding up, guys.
Go on, go on.
Oh, we're not.
Is that
We're just warming
another
up.
hour?
We're warming up. So
It's the thing is, it's like a story. It's like, okay, so if you see yourself as last, even if it's like, all right, I'm last or I'm first or I'm third or whatever, it's like the one battle you did is more than just that one battle. It's like it counts towards like a larger story, and your whole
Yes.
year is a story. You're like, okay, I was here and then this person beat me and now it's here. And it kind of means more, because at the moment, I think the biggest issue with the, especially Top Stars, is like we do one battle and it kind of doesn't mean anything. Like
doesn't
it
mean
does
anything.
It does in the grander scheme of our minds.
24 hours,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, for personal.
Like we
growth.
know who's
Yeah,
doing,
yeah,
like we
yeah,
said,
yeah,
Lauren's
yeah.
having a good year or whatever, but
Yeah.
that's not recorded anywhere. It's just we think these things.
And it again, it would give more incentive to like to anyone that, you know, say everyone's been to a battle before where you're going, right, I can make finals today.
Yeah.
And then you get knocked out at top 16. And it's like, okay, right, I got knocked out top 16 today, but there's an event in 2 weeks and I'm going to fucking smoke everyone.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And we need that.
And I think also it's a good way for events to start having a bit more accountability behind them, because if you're a part of a league, that means your event, I would assume, especially if it's WDSF, but even if it's just a normal event, like I strongly suggest this to Kingdoms League that they should do this, is that if they add events to their league, they have to fall within a certain standard. Like you have to do, like, let's say your standard is 1 minute rounds all the way to the finals, and it's like a format where it's like 1 round for top 16, 1 round for top 8, 2 rounds for semis, 3 rounds for finals. Every event has to do that. You can't do this shit where you're like, oh, we're running low on time, so it's going to be 40-second round in the finals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like every event has to
100%.
follow that format and has to be of a certain standard. So that now, not only is what you're doing counting towards it, when you see an event being advertised, you're like, oh, it's part of the Kingdoms League, or oh, it's part of WDSF. That guarantees it's going to be a certain standard of event, which is more reason to go. Do you know what I mean?
And I'd give like 6 people, like if I was doing it, I'd give like 6 people a contract a year of they're the judges for the year.
This is another thing. You have to have this, like,
Interesting.
If you have a league, you also have to have judges that are either like,
Imagine pulling someone for a footy match off
Yeah.
the street. Hey, we haven't got a ref this week, so will you just come
and also it's like, because you can't say, like, if you win the first 4 battles of the Kingdoms League and then you lose the next 3, but those 3 are all judged by randoms and the first 4 are all judged by the same judges,
or the same
pool of judges. You can't guarantee any
It's
level
not
of fair. Yeah,
like
exactly.
like and it's always gonna create
bullshit, like arguments. Or,
like, well, this happened because like if you want it to just create no bullshit, just hire like 6 judges, because I know
even
like
if it's
not every judge can make every single thing,
sure.
but if you've got 6 judges there, you can get three
even if
judges
it's
for every
more,
event.
even if it's more, but they're all trained under the same. They've all gone through something. They're all certified. Like we are. Like you have UDO judges. You have to do training for UDO.
Training,
It's like, all right, everyone that's done the Kingdoms League judging thing is in our pool who we'll hire from. And then, whoever's judging the Kingdoms League is certified under the Kingdoms League certification, whatever you want to call it. Then you can't complain because you're like, well, they've all had the same training. Like they're all being held accountable by the same people. All the event organizers are being held accountable. And it counts towards this story. You might only need a semi-final. Do you know what I mean? Like you might be like, well, I'm so far ahead. As long as I get to semis, I'm good. You get to the semis and you're like, oh, I'm just going to chill in the finals because I'm like, I achieved what I need to. Like some football teams that they only need a draw today.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's it changes the whole landscape of battling.
It makes it more interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
There's more tactics to it then. Like, oh, this person's this place and they've only had, they've only had 4 votes go their way this season. Yeah. And they've only had 1 win.
There's more stats.
I'm gonna fucking pack them in.
Yeah.
With this, and this.
Do you know what would be?
And you just got we need to take it more serious, because until we don't take it serious, no one's gonna take us serious.
Do you know what would be? This is way further in the future, but what would be interesting as well if they had premier events and ranking events.
What's the difference?
They did this in Street Fighter. Okay. They'd have premier events where the person who won would automatically qualify, and then they had ranking and all the points you get for first, second, third, blah 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 is doubled, and then they had ranking events where the points are less, but you don't automatically qualify.
So like the Kingdoms League have their thing at the end where you have the top 7 or whatever. He's saying like there'd be a final event at the end of the year, which is like the championship. Let's say it's 16.
Yeah.
Let's say that's in December, but in February there's a premier event, which means whoever wins this event is automatically through to the end of December. You can take the rest of the year off and you're through. But then
you can
the rest
qualify by points.
Yeah, and then the rest of them are like still adding to your points or whatever, and then you have to qualify.
So they had. So basically, I'll explain the system. So no, just as like a example of what it could be.
Oh, by the way, to preface this,
similar to Kingdoms, because for example, Silk has ran away with it.
Yeah,
technically,
but from points wise, not from any one win.
Yeah, no, 100%. But if it went on points in the table now, Silk is
he's still ahead
by far the.
I think they've probably got it up.
He's definitely the winner.
But
it's Silk could get beaten on the last day.
Yeah, true.
I mean? It's
So to preface what Abe's going to say is he used to play Street Fighter in a league pretty fucking high level. So this is from the video game Street Fighter European community. This is how they do things.
World level, yeah.
World level, yeah. Sorry.
This was
put some respect on his name.
No, this is definitely. They used to have a tournament at the end called Capcom Cup to get into Capcom Cup, there were 32 players, right? So this is the end tournament, and the winner of this end tournament wins a large amount of money. One person was automatically qualified, which is the winner of last year, the year before. And then there was another spot taken up for a last minute qualifier. So there's 30 spots left. And out of those 30 spots, I'm guessing this, I don't think this is exactly true, but there would be 15 that qualified from Premier events. So people who won the Premier events would automatically qualify. And if someone won it who'd already qualified, number 2 would win it. And then there were another 15 spots purely based off of the amount of points that you got, ranking points. And you could get those ranking points from entering ranking events. You could also get them from entering Premier events where all points were doubled because they were a bigger event with more stacked, more higher competition level. So they would double the points to preface that. So there were 15 people who would get in just through points alone. And it made it really interesting at the end because people that were fighting for those top 15 spaces, or people that had run away with the points, if there were like 5 spots left, that there were loads of people with similar points that were all very close. It would really matter who got the furthest, who entered an event or who didn't.
That's what I think could be sick if what we're saying is right and the Kingdoms League do this last event. There's a few of us that, like, I've been to one event. Out of how many has there been? 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's been 5. So the standings as they are now is that Silk is on 40 points, Mechanical is on 34. So Mechanical second place, and then the one after that is Motherfunk, who's on 24.
Scotland.
Taiwo's
the Scots.
They're joint. Taiwo and
Motherfunk have 24, and then G-Man's got 23.
Yes, Ty. I didn't know.
Omni's
Ty was
got
there.
20. Well, hilarious. So
He's had a great year. Sorry, as well, Omni.
yeah, Omni's had a great year. Lewis was 9th, right? And then Kazuya left the country, obviously, so he withdraws out of the thing. So then Lewis was gassed because he was in the top 8 because Kazuya left, and then they announced they're only taking the top 7. How annoying is that?
Lewis, lad, I'm so sorry for laughing, but
Right, I laughed. This is the second pod I've talked
if
about
he
it.
was in it, do you know what it is? You're a fucking horrible to Lewis, aren't
We're
you?
horrible to everyone.
No,
Horrible
I'm
to
actually
each
really
other.
nice to him in
Quite
real
nice
life.
to me. But,
Yeah, but if you hung around us long enough, we'd start taking the piss out of you.
yeah.
It's because when we see you, we're like happy to see you, so we're nice for that day.
Yeah.
But it's like if we spend like 2 weeks, it would like be like, all right, yeah,
We'd
we're happy
start
to see you,
cussing
but
you.
now let's cuss
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It makes you strong.
I'd enjoy that. That'd be funny.
It makes you strong. You know what I mean? Strong boned.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Tough love.
Yeah,
gotta have it, yeah.
Harry's got good.
Apparently, Lewis was telling me. Lewis was like, "I was at this event, right?" And like,
that was the one that I just played. Where Kieran and Nasty go and do the
I was
Lewis.
at this event, right? Like he was saying, and like they were saying that. Obviously, I was like, "Oh wow, yeah, it's like Kazu's out of the country, right?" So then, obviously, like I was like, "I'm gonna make it. That's fine. I'm in the top 8. Nice. I don't have to get through pre-selection or anything. Like I'm all sorted." And then like he was like, "That's how he's told it to me." You're right, Lewis.
Oh, this pod is a mess.
But anyway, let me bring up the Kingdoms League again. Bring up the
You're
table.
such a prick.
You can put the table there, can't you? Do more work. So with
Yeah, I'm already
Kazuya
editing
out,
everything.
Slayer's 7th.
Anything
which
else? Any
means-
other requests?
Which means T-Gram. Who the fuck is Sam Goa? Or
Sam
Gower?
Gower.
Who's that?
He's
Sam's a goer.
he's in the sack. He's a popper. I don't know what you want from me.
Sam Gower?
Yeah.
No, I do, yeah.
Go back in time.
Sam is co-organizer for fact of the battle you said earlier. UK
Culture
music.
crossover.
Yeah. He organises that with Jilly. He's also a popper.
Oh, him. Oh, is it?
Breaks has been helping him over
sick.
the last 2 years, and he's really improved. You know, he's
Six. So
fucking-
Sam Gower.
Shout to Sam Gower.
Who's DC?
That
Sam
was so
Gower.
enthusiastic.
Who's DC?
Don't know.
Holistic.
DC is a guy who I've only met once, and I'm really sorry. He's an Asian guy that is.
I know who he is. Yeah, I don't know.
He came to the first event with me, not with me, but like at the same time as me.
Who's
and
this fucking?
He was good, to be fair.
Who's that guy that's 14th? I've never heard of him.
Hold on. So DC, we'll get to him. Holistic So these are the people that could qualify now.
Okay,
for the last spot.
Who have more than 3 points?
Who have more than 3 points? Tigran, Sam Gower or Gower,
Gower.
DC, Holistic, Pegasus,
Yeah.
Dirty Harry, Lauren, LA.
Who's LA?
No, I don't know who LA is, and I don't know who Pegasus is.
Pegasus is one of Taiwo's peeps from up there. The
Fair
Go
enough.
Get Yours.
Oh, and LA is again someone that I taught through lockdown. Shout out Ireland.
Oh, sick.
Oh, is that
LA,
Luke?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Luke, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
Guy that trains at- He trained at Kev's.
Amazing
No, he's
guy.
friend of Lewis's
Really
with
nice
the little
guy.
ponytail.
Yeah, I think it's blonde hair.
He's got like a top
No.
knot.
Yeah, he doesn't train at Kev's.
Has he got blonde hair?
Nah, he's got no. You're thinking of
Someone else. Okay, fair enough.
Is it Ewan or something? I'm so sorry.
Cool, different guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
So
yeah, LA, yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy actually.
Yeah,
says
lovely
that.
guy, and he's on it as well.
But he's gonna try and
He is
start.
on it.
He's coming from Ireland, boys. You know what
He's
I mean?
improved a
making
lot.
the fucking travels. I
Yeah.
respect the travelling.
He's improved a lot.
100%.
If you're in London, by the way, and you're slacking on battles, I don't know what you're doing.
In my defense,
No, you're
I-
not slacking on battles, so lad. You enter battles, or
Yeah, but
you're there
the-
doing capsules.
yeah, that's the. If I'm
Yeah, mate.
the reason I'm
No,
not in the
no,
Kingdoms
no,
League
no.
is because I've pretty much worked
You
at
were
every
not
single
in
one.
that, but like,
No.
Who is it?
no, there's just, like,
No. My voice goes up here. Who is it? Come on.
you know, from this.
No, don't. It'll fucking cause more trouble.
Yeah,
He's
go on.
like, he's asking for the opportunity.
Come on. Who?
mate. There's no one in particular, but there's.
But
just,
if you are from London,
like, if I lived in London,
You'd be battling all the time.
unless I was working,
Yeah.
I'd be at every event.
You say that, but if you lived in London, you probably would do that for like the first 6 months, and you'd be like, "Oh, brother, I'll enter next time, innit?"
I'm not a Londoner, so yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that. But
I would be. I'd be
no,
entering
no,
everything
but-
if I wasn't working.
No,
at it.
100%. You would.
like, I mean, like from like my generation of it now,
Yeah.
like
Who is your generation that you're like, come on, guys?
I would class my generation as like me. It's a tough.
Can I
one,
weigh in on
man,
this?
Actually, go on.
Who I think.
Yeah.
I class your generation as you, Silk, Camilla, fucking Lucia, well, all three of the AIM girls. I think, to be honest, technically Lewis is your generation, but he stopped popping for ages. So now he's like he's a kind of me figure where he's that generation above, but he's kind of the same generation as people like Slayer and that who are coming in now. Do you know what I mean? Because he hasn't kept up to be on your generation. Who else is there? Omni is probably, he's younger, but
I
he's
think Omni's maybe the generation
yeah,
lower than
true.
me now. Like
Maybe-
Lauren and Omni had classes, like,
and Lewis I'd put in that generation as
the
well.
lower generation
True.
of
So
age.
rude.
No,
I know, you know, I'm pulling your leg, bro.
the
little ones.
I don't know, mate.
Yeah,
Well done, guys. Well
with
done.
his fucking blue socks.
Are you half black? What any chance?
Well, now you say it. man. I have had this before. What a wanker.
I don't even know who.
Well, what's interesting, and this is how people have their own perceptions of
generation.
generations.
We had the whole
Rapes-
conversation about
Rapes
this.
considers me as his generation.
But
Yeah.
it depends what you
I would
consider as
too.
generation, is age wise or skill wise or when you were
And
popping.
maybe like I think if you're gonna call that, like me and Paris would maybe slip into their generation.
Yeah.
And that's only because we started doing stuff with them guys from
when you
we
were young, yeah.
Yeah.
But you were dancing at the same time. Like,
yeah.
you know, it's a
And
great
we've
example
done
of this.
quite a bit of shit.
Yeah, and you know Laura from Paris, Nala, the hip hop
Yes.
dancer.
Yeah.
She started traveling and battling when she was really young, so she's actually like somewhat of a like OG. Like she was one of the first people I started watching when I first started battling, and she had been
She's sick, by the way.
yeah, and she'd been doing it way longer, but she's super young then. So I think she's younger than me. So like she's kind of that type of person, whereas like is in the generation of a lot older people, but she's young.
Well, it's like Terror. I'd put Terror in Sonny and Sonny's. Well, no, Sonny's
Well,
the one before that.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
'cause Sonny was battling from early, but probably from. I don't
It's
know,
weird,
if it
like,
is
how do you even
Karam's
class
category, isn't
generations?
it?
It's not
But, like,
generations
yeah,
as in age. It's like who you were battling.
Yeah, when you
in
were
the
active
when you were
from.
active. Yeah.
Yeah. and like battling, like actually, like
not just
doing
you're
well.
entering tournaments, like you're going,
something,
you're taking them out.
You know, like being there, yeah.
Agreed.
Interesting. I find that, and it, like you say, I don't think there's a way to categorize.
Yeah, you have to do it by your personal thing. But if we're really strictly talking, it's like, yeah, because it's not even age. It's like you said, it's when you're active in the scene, because then it's like, yeah, well, what battle
like,
generation is my mum in? Like, yeah.
Like, what generation are you a threat from?
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I think that would
That's a good
probably
way.
be my fairest way of doing it.
Yeah, like when are you a part of the scene? When are you
like
contributing?
Tara was a threat from 6.
Fair.
From early.
From early.
She was scary, by the way.
Yeah. Should we
Wrap it
finish up with a rap from Abe? He's got a performance prepared for us.
Go on, Abe, lad.
Go on, break it down. All right, wait. Hold on, pause. That's been the Capsule, guys. Thanks for listening. Have a great week.
Hey, enjoy yourselves.
I don't know how long this pod is for you guys. Have fun. Bye.
You think I will? Hello? Hi, ma'am. You're at number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Check out front.
We're at the side of the. Hold on, let me look outside the window. We're at the hat.
We're at the hat.
We're at the side of the house that you're in front of me. Hold on.
Struggle season.
I'm sticking my head out the window. Can you see the Royal Mail van?
No, don't worry. I mean, bro, we can cut it. It's not live.
You should be able to see a Royal Mail.
I'll probably keep some of this in anyway. It's funny. So how are you guys? Harry's here.
Royal Mail.
So while we're waiting, tell me about you.
That Royal Mail van.
No way. And then? Sick. Right. Okay. And then he said that. You're joking. Okay, tell me more. Right. Yeah. Okay, I'm having a chat with my audience.
Right. So, the point I was gonna make.
Should we wait for him to get his food?
When I sit down.
We're probably going to cut this whole section anyway.
Really? Okay. We'll wait till he gets the food and then I'll carry on. But he said. Huh?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'll wait till he says.
Yeah, because then I can cut the whole section and then it's
Yeah.
easier. Bro, you know what's so funny?
Yeah, bro.
Yep, bro.
Tell me what the funny.
Yep,
Tell
bro.
me.
Yep, bro.
Tell me what the funny thing is. How long was that to get that food, bruv?
Just to make sure, right? Just
How
to,
long was that waiting, bruv?
What's that?
Harry called me.
What did Harry call you?
I don't know. Bring the food over, lad.
Was that your number?
Yeah, do you want to eat now?
No,
We can eat on the pod.
after me. Well,
I'm eating on the pod, bro. I'm not letting my food go cold.
Just don't get it on. As long as you don't get it on the rug.
I'll get it. I'll put it in the oven. I was gonna eat it here, but no, it's fine.
Yeah, just don't get it on the rug. I said. Yeah, if you eat it there, it's fine.